Excuse me. I have the flu. Great. Still ain't gonna stop me from talking shit about Trump. Anyway, shout out to the mighty LDBC. That's the Lions Den boxing community. For those who don't know, now you know. I am Trill Wheel, LDBC or nothing. Welcome to yet another episode of Trill Wheel Talks Politics and craps all over Donald Trump and his stupid supporters. Yeah, I'm pretty good at doing it. So, shout out to my big bro Jilla for this sweater. Sophisticated Junkies on Instagram. Go shop with them. I love this sweater. Sweater's dope. Got an angel. I don't know if y'all can see it. There it goes. And I got an angel right here. And it matches my shoes, so. Cool. So, 2 weeks in office and Trump already ran the stock market into the ground, fucked up foreign relations for everybody pretty much. Picked fucking wars with our allies for no fucking reason but other than just to stroke his own stupid ass ego. His stupid supporters are running in and out of the internet saying stupid shit about stupid stuff, and they are the dumbest people on God's green planet. Period, point blank, the end of story. That's it, that's all. But it ain't all. Okay, we were going back to DEI because that seems to be a hot topic, and it seems to be something that Donald Trump and his very dumbass supporters love to run to. And they love to coddle the idea that somehow because someone has darker skin, that means they're unqualified, they're unintelligent, and they're not qualified for holding prestigious positions that were historically handed to mediocre, unqualified white men. Did I get all of it? I think I got all of it. Did I get all of it? I think I got all of it. Yeah. Let's see. DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Yeah. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let me ask y'all something. There's a whole bunch of examples of diversity, equity, and inclusion that's right in y'all face. And people are just too lazy and ignorant to even look for it. Let me give y'all the biggest example of diversity, DEI in action, right? Powerful family. First thing you should do, not hey, not how you doing, not nothing. You come in here trying to tell me what to do. I'm a grown ass man. Get the fuck out my face. Anyways, the biggest glaring form of DEI and what DEI was meant for is in the Electoral College. Oops. The Electoral College was set up so that small states, meaning red states, with smaller populations could have the same amount of representation in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Don't believe me? How many senators represent each state? Anybody? So you mean to tell me that Iowa, which is smaller than California, has the same amount of Senate representation in the Senate House right now? And California is like 9-10 times its size, and it contributes way more money to the GDP than Iowa does. What about South Carolina? What about Texas? What about Louisiana? That's a better example. So Louisiana has the same Senate representation as California. This is why they keep threatening and using DEI like it's something negative. DEI is in its name, inclusion. DEI was meant to make sure that things are fair. The Electoral College is the biggest glaring example of DEI practices right in y'all's face, and Donald Trump and his merry band of stupid idiots will not take 5 seconds to even acknowledge that. Because everything with Trump and his supporters and MAGA and all these goofball Republicans is all about race. But they always want to pontificate, and they want to throw their fucking blame and bullshit. And then when you say something about it, they play you as the victim, trying to make you sound like you're crazy. But you're not. You're not. You're not. See, another glaring example of DEI is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not a United States citizen at all, but somehow he has access to the U.S. Treasury. And his little posse of little virgins who stay in the basement have access to our personal information. He's not an elected official. He's not been vetted by any national intelligence agency. He has not been confirmed by any Senate body or the House of Representatives at all. He has no fucking power. We did not elect Elon Musk to do shit. Take your South African goofy immigrant ass the fuck up out of our fucking country. You don't belong here, Elon. Get that elongated fucking muskrat, this weird cokehead, the fuck up out of our country. How about we start there? Yeah, Trump, you can send 2 of your wives who are immigrants out, but you can only send 2 because the third one, she's already in, she's on your golf course forever. Why are you telling me that? You need to go tell those hateful sons of bitches at the White House that. That's who you need to go tell that to. Because I don't want no part of your God. None. Zero. Zilch. I don't want no part of your God. I want no parts of your God. The God I know loves immigrants. The God I know loves the poor and disenfranchised. The God I know loves the marginalized. The God I know is compassionate. The God I know has a soul. Neither of those things that I just named that none of you fuckers in MAGA possess. None of you. You guys are the shit stain of the world. And everybody knows it now. First thing this dumbass come in here and say, yo, my nigga, yo, I don't know you, bitch ass nigga. I don't know you. Blocked. Get your dumb ass out of here. Fucking weirdos. DEI, the most glaring example of what DEI is meant for, is the Electoral College itself. The Electoral College. A state like Louisiana, who is a welfare state, has the same representation as the one that pays its bills, California. That's DEI. Inclusion, equity, diversity. Guarantee you the same population of people that live in California aren't the same population that live in Louisiana. Yep, happy Black History Month. I don't need Donald Trump racist ass to tell me it's Black History Month. It's Black History Month year round for me. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking up something real quick. Hold on. Yeah, ta 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 ta. Yeah, ta ta ta. I don't want pride. Let me make this very clear to you. The person you need to be talking to is not sitting here on this camera. The person you need to be talking to is your fellow Trump supporters. That's who you need to be talking to, not me. You fools are trying to legislate religion when God never legislated it for you. Where in the Bible does it say Jesus told everybody to worship him? Where? I remember he told Peter that, follow me and I'll make you fishermen of men. I remember that part. I don't remember him saying, wallow around and spend all your money on me and worship human beings like they're gods. I remember the 10 Commandments saying, thou shalt not have no other gods before me, and thou shalt not worship any graven images. But y'all are worshiping golden statues. I'm the wrong person to want to come in here and try to preach to. It's not going to work here, buddy. Take that shit on somewhere else. I'm the wrong one to do it to. You, pride, are the exact reason why the church is dead in the United States. Y'all keep preaching at the wrong people over and over and over again, but you do not lead by example. Because if you believed anything that you're saying, you wouldn't have voted for a felon. You wouldn't have voted for a narcissist. You wouldn't have voted for Hitler himself in 2025. You wouldn't have voted for none of that. You wouldn't be cheering at families being ripped apart. You wouldn't be weirdly obsessing over transgenders when they only make up 0.1% of the population in America. You wouldn't be so obsessed with what they're doing in their bedrooms. You fuckers think that transgenders and gay people is the only thing that's bad in the Bible. When you cheat on your wives, you have outside kids, you lie on people, you scheme, you scam, you worship false gods, you materialize everything. Do you want me to continue to tear your shit religion down? Doesn't the Bible say you don't be conformed to the ways of the world? There be a light in a dark world? That's what it says. No, brother, you need to go preach to someone else, not me. I am not the one to be out here preaching to. I know who God is. Me and him have a great relationship. I talk to him every day. Talked to him this morning. Talked to him before I went live. Me and God have great conversations. I have a great relationship. It's a real one. I ain't got to put on no mask to fake for him because he knows my heart. He knows the content of my heart, and it also shows in my character. Because I don't want none of my goods to be evilly spoken of. You know, like, not like Trump. Boats and hoes. What's happening, Brody? Gotta have me some boats and hoes. All you had to do is just show I'm the proverbial mirror, dog. I'm the mirror. I'm the mirror. Because they come in here trying to preach to me. Oh, well, you need to do this. God loves you. You think I don't know that? Y'all come in, man, that's wild. I don't ever see nobody preaching to Republicans, ever. I always see you coots coming here preaching to the ones speaking against what they're doing. It's always that. Why is that? Why is that? It's been that way throughout history. Martin Luther King, they did the same thing. You know, what's real funny is that people go around saying that Martin Luther King was a gigolo. He was running around on Coretta Scott King. He was doing all this and all that and having outside babies and all kind of shit. You know that was COINTELPRO, right? You know the first time I hear somebody say that, I don't trust you no more. You know I don't trust you. That's the fastest way to get me not to fuck with you. If I know you would degrade a name of a person with the fucking prowess of a Dr. Martin Luther King, and you try to dumb him down to being some whore running fucking gigolo, when this man was one of the most prolific speakers in our generations. How y'all try to make Malcolm X sound like he was a homosexual? I get it. You can't have no powerful black men. It's not possible for them to be competent and be a great speaker. You can't do it. They can't. Yo, racism won't allow this man to just let his legacy continue to live. You won't. That's not how racism works. We got to degrade your name until people stop talking about you. Like they did Nipsey Hussle. You ain't wasting my time. Sometimes people need correction. You're witnessing to the wrong ones. You need to go witness to the ones that's actually committing the acts of atrociousness that's going on in our community, Pride. That's what you need to do. Y'all keep trying to preach to the church. You're not preaching to the sinners. That's what you're missing. Yep, RB, that's exactly what Nipsey said. In the spirit of Nipsey Hussle, fuck Donald Trump. That's what I'm telling you to do. Go to the ones that's over here preaching this MAGA bullshit. Go to them. Go to them. Them the ones that need their heart changed. Them are the ones that's worshiping this gold piece of this orange pile of shit, like he's God himself. Like God had something to do with him. Yeah, God took his hands off America. That's what happened. That's what happens. God lets you go. We live in a world of free will. We're able to do what the fuck we want to do. So therefore, yeah. You know something funny? With something real, real funny. You have a whole bunch of poor people, like impoverished people. Believe that billionaires actually care about their well-being. Not billionaires who already done exhibited like attributes of being fucking swindlers, scammers, and doing anything to get more money. Elon Musk have more government subsidies than anybody I know. Anybody. His companies are ran by subsidies. Ran by them. I know Kamala ran. They crapped on Kamala Harris. We wouldn't be going through none of this shit. None of it. if it was not for ignorance and racism. Did y'all know the only reason why we don't have, the only reason we do not have universal health care is because of racism? You know, they've been trying to implement a universal health care system since 1947. Did y'all know that? Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Kung Fu Kenny. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar winning 5 Grammys on top of Drake's head. That's funny as hell to me. That is funny. That is hilarious. It's funny that poor, broke ass Republicans in red states that are welfare states believe a billionaire is going to help everyday working poor Americans. Why do y'all think Elon Musk, the fucking Nazi himself, why do y'all think he is going after USAID, USAID, who supplies money for humanitarian efforts? They pretty much help Ukraine keep Russia out of Ukraine, out of Kiev. Why do y'all think a man who's besties with Vladimir Putin wants to shut down USAID? Why do y'all think that? No, have y'all not got the point yet? Y'all don't know the whole premise behind all the madness and everything that's running around Trump doing all these stupid executive orders and the whole night. Y'all wonder why they're doing all this? Y'all wonder. The Democrats need to file injunctions in court to get Elon Musk and all them virgins on his Doge fucking flaming hot boy fest. Get them the fuck out of our fucking government. Right, RB. The Lake and Raleigh Act basically gives legal precedent for law enforcement and fucking Homeland Security to racially profile people. You don't have to be convicted of a crime. They can just thought you committed one and throw you into a detention facility. That's all they have. That's all they have. That's all the Lake and Raleigh Act did. That's it. They just used that woman's death just to push bullshit. That's all. That is all. That's it. That's all. There's no substance to Donald Trump. Let me give y'all, point y'all into another fucking uh let me mm. It's every day. It's mind numbingly stupid the stuff that Donald Trump and his supporters, they talk about on the internet. I'll give you an example. Trump says that Canada has a huge footprint on the import of fentanyl in America, right? That's what Trump says. The DEA says that's not true, and that Canada only contributes less than 1% of fentanyl. Less than 1%. Oh God, this is bad. This is horrible. In 2024, only 43 pounds of fentanyl was seized at America's northern border. That compares to the roughly 21,100 pounds seized at the southern border. Wow. That's crazy work. I love how, like, all these tariffs Trump threw out, and he's saying that Mexico and Canada wasn't fucking around. Now the narrative is Canada and Mexico caved to Trump. But then when you actually look into what they actually supposedly caved to, it was shit that was already there. Well, it's gonna be a long 4 years, man. This gonna be a long 4 years. It's gonna be a long 4 years. Trump supporters en masse are fucking stupid. 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 Hey, Boat, you ain't the only one. I felt like I was crazy a few times, big dog. For real. I had to shut my... For real, dog. Like, wow. Just, sheesh. 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 Wow. Wow. It's funny. This is. Let me just talk to y'all. I'm just tired. I'm tired of Trump. I really am. I'm tired of these dumbass supporters. I'm tired of them being ignorant. I'm tired of them abusing. Like, I'm tired of them taking words and abusing shit. Just, oh, and I want y'all to see who's the head of the State Department. A fucking racist. Who would have thought it? Hold on, let's see what this is. Nope. I would have still been there had I stayed there, babe. I would have still been there at urgent care. Look, this is the head of the. This is one in the top position at the State Department, Darren Beatty. He said, "Competent white men must be in charge if you want things to work." John Pate, what's up, bro? This is the people, bro. This is wow. This is just wow. Pray for Crazy. What's up, bro? Tay Tay, what's up, Queen? This is boy, I tell y'all. This is wow. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this headline out of the Wall Street Journal. The dumbest trade war in the fucking history of the world. Cause Trump's a fucking dumbass. What's the purpose of this trade war? May I ask anybody in the chat? I don't want to get y'all involved today. What is the whole purpose behind this trade war with China, with China and fucking Canada and Mexico? What's the purpose behind it? What's Trump's aim behind all this? The Electoral College, as y'all know it, is the biggest form of DEI you will ever see if you want proof of what DEI is meant to do. All Donald Trump does, this is what he did the first 4 years, point and shoot. Point and shoot. Start shit over here, start shit over there, start shit over here, start shit over here. And by the time he's done starting shit with everybody, you don't see the fucking grift. Do y'all really honestly think Donald Trump is worried about drugs coming into this country? This is one of the pieces of shit that he pardoned. Dude sold $200 million worth of drugs on the internet. Yep. Y'all remember all that time Trump supporters spent every time Joe Biden would cough, they say Joe Biden's about to start World War III? Y'all remember that? Because I remember it. Donald Trump wants you to focus on this little lighter instead of the fucking blowtorch that he's wielding around the world, on the world stage, even though he can't leave the country pretty much. That's basically what he wants to do. He wants to damn have all of us over here. It's a blitz, basically. He wants to do a blitz of stupid shit so that we can just want to say, you know what? We quit. I don't even care no more. Just do it. Do y'all remember the first tariff war Donald Trump had? Ask farmers how that came out. Shower, salute queen. Ask the farmers how that came out for them. Like, China doesn't trade for soybeans from us anymore. If it does, it's a very small percentage. Yeah. I want somebody to answer that question for me. Like, how those farmers How did those farmers, how are they doing? Because I remember when Donald Trump first enacted those tariffs on China, they had to do like something like $4 billion to the farmers to subsidize for them not being able to sell those soybeans, which eventually ruined. So they ruined their crop. Dow Jones went down by 700 points today. Crazy work. Crazy work. Wow. Hmm. Yep, Mahari, that's the whole purpose of why I can't sit idly by and just let this shit keep going. Sometimes I literally have to sit here and think of other shit I want to talk about. Ah, cool. Cool, boat. I would be more than happy to share what I know with you, bro. I sure will. Sure will. Are you on Instagram, boat? If you're on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, send me a friend request. That's I am ill will. I don't know if I changed my name or not on Instagram yet. Let me see if I have. Let me see if I changed my name. Yeah, it's still I am ill will. I_am_ill_will. My old channel name. Okay, I'll email you. Matter of fact, I email you right now. I email you right now. Because my email is iamtrillwill78@gmail. Oh, okay. Good. Good. I'm only on I'm really only just on YouTube. And I have Instagram just to find articles and stuff where I can go research. That's it. Yep, Terrence, that's exactly what I said today. This is exactly what they voted for. They voted for this. They voted for this shit. And now I want to cry. I want to cry now. I want to cry and play victim. Oh, God, I want to cry and play victim. I want to cry and play victim. Oh, man. Hold on. Hold up. All right. Since it's Black History Month, I want to answer the world-renowned question that racist white people who get on the internet and hate that I'm telling the truth about historical context of this country love to come and say, Trill Will, you're a racist. Then I say I'm not capable of being a racist. I'm going to show you why. By a professor. Why I can't fundamentally be a racist. I could be prejudiced. And I have an educated prejudice at that. Yeah. Yeah. I have an educated prejudice. So we're going to learn together. We are going to learn together. The name of this lady is Dr. Joy DeGruy. And she is freaking awesome. She's freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Here she goes. Right here. We're going to listen together.
People think they understand what racism is. Show of hands. Come on, you think you know. I'm not suggesting I know. I just have a couple of definitions that kind of came to me as I thought about. How many people think there are white racists? That there are white racists out there? How many think there are black racists out there?
Okay. Look at all them peckerwoods waving their hand.
Now, this is an interesting thing because this becomes important as we begin to define concepts. Now, I do that. I usually define concepts all the way. But one of the things that I do is I try to help people get a picture of what I mean by racism. So tell me how it is. I'm going to first category is white racism, then we'll deal with black racism. So white racism.
Watch.
Tell me the ways in which white racism adversely impacts the lives of black people. Just what are the ways that white racism can adversely impact the lives of black people as a group?
Let's stop there. Let's stop there. Let's stop there. That's the question. Name the ways that white racism negatively impacts the lives of black people. Since I'm black, how does white racism negatively impacts black lives? I don't know. Maybe redlining, gentrification, voter disparities, let's see, redlining, slavery, black codes, Jim Crow, Reconstruction, the Gilded Age, COINTELPRO, police period, the war on drugs. I got plenty of time. I'm just over here casting nets right now, so y'all can go answer. Systemic racism, structural racism, economic racism, environmental racism. You know, like putting cancer-causing plants in black neighborhoods and communities, defunding schools and after-school programming. Yeah, that's the first question. How? And I gotta go check on my stakes. The question right now is, how has white racism negatively impacted black lives? Because racist people who get on the internet love to call Trill Will a racist because I'm black and I'm telling the truth about the history of this raggedy ass racist country. How does white racism adversely affects, which means negatively affects black lives? Go. Is, because it's still going on. How does white racism negatively affect my life right now? How has white racism negatively affected black people throughout history? And give examples. I'll be right back. Y'all got 2 minutes. I don't smell that. You? Yes, I do. Hey, babe. You want to make some potatoes? And I dress them? I just want my steak. I'll eat it by itself. Refusal of loans to institutions that can better help you. Keeping us from getting jobs we're qualified for. Immigration raids, ICE. What's up, Stephen L? Police profiling, ICE baby. Yeah, because I'm gonna shut this whole Trill Will is a racist thing the fuck down. Or black people in general are racist the fuck. That shit getting shut the fuck down today. How has white racism negatively impacted black lives throughout history and even now? I got a biggest one for you. Trump, MAGA, Republicans. That's 3 right there. Segregation, yep. Jim Crow laws, black codes, yep. Lynching, gator bait, postcards with black feet swinging on them. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wilmington, North Carolina, 1898. Elaine, Arkansas. Rosewood, Florida. All the cities in the United States that they buried underwater that were black prestigious towns. The Devil's Punch Bowl. White people adopting black babies and treating them like slaves and locking them in fucking garages like weirdos. Demonizing black people in media, like radio, music, books, movies, TV, everything. You name it. Okay. All right, let's go. All right. Like I spent enough time there. I'm gonna let her continue. Go ahead, Miss Joy.
What are some of those ways? I'm sorry? Power, but how is that defined specifically? Education, okay. I'm sorry? Economically, employment. What else? Housing. What else? Policing. Why are we here today? Healthcare. Okay. Now, we can actually kind of grow that list. Now we're going to move over to black racism. Tell me the ways in which black racism adversely impacts the lives of white people as an entire group.
That's the next question. Stop right there. Next question. Now, how has black racism, since y'all say black people are inherently racist, like Trump does, like MAGA loves to say, how does black people, black racism, how does it negatively impact the lives of white people as a whole? And be specific. Don't worry, that ain't gonna be none. Carpe diem with legacy admissions via education, corporation nepotism, the Homestead Act, facts, the Dodd-Frank Act of 1856, the 3/5 clause in the Constitution saying that black people were 3/5 of a human being. Hurt feelings don't count for shit. I'm talking about how you negatively impact white people as a whole. Y'all get where I'm going with this? I don't have the power, nor does black people in America have the power to negatively impact your life or make your life uncomfortable here in America. I know, Sheldon. I know. But I know that's what these white people really want to say. The racists. I'm talking to the racists. That's what they really want to see. They will say, man, see, Trill, Will a racist. You're a racist, Will. You're a racist. We got one. Look, we got one. You still kill, rape, hurt. Ain't that what you people have been doing for fucking generations? Rape, pillage, steal. You do know this shit is historically written down, right? You do know this shit is historically written down, dumbass, huh? You do know that, don't you? Yo, y'all rape, steal, and kill. All right, let's do a little test then. Since you say black people rape, steal, kill, and all that. Who? Oh, let's go to Chat GPT. Chat GPT. Yeah, ta 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 ta. Yeah, ta 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 ta. Oh, no. Let's go to DeepSeek. Let's go to DeepSeek R1. Let's ask DeepSeek. DeepSeek. Let's go and ask. Okay, continue. Let's go. DeepSeek. Come on, DeepSeek. Let's go continue with my Google account. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Statistically, who commits more violent crimes? Do I have to pick one? I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I can just Google it. Screw it. Who statistically commits most violent crimes? Pie race. Leland, what's up, family? Just Energetic Ace, what's up with it? Sing a song full of the. Sing a song. Yeah. Gotta blow this up a little bit. Blow this up a little bit. See if I can blow this up some. See if I can blow this up so y'all can see it some more. Dun dun dun. Blow this up some more so you can see it. There we go. Since he said black people commit more rapes and murders, want y'all a little check these out. Check these out. And I must say that since black people are the most over-policed people in this country, they're far injusticely they're far overly exaggerated in the statistical data when it comes to crime anyway, because we're over-policed. The arrests don't match up to the conviction though. So there you go, right here. We're going black and white, nobody else. Black and white. Looks like. And then you have to go per capita too. Larceny, theft, burglary, rape. I know the ones I want to see. Embezzlement. I know that's one that you lead in. Theft of property, vandalism, y'all lead that. Weapons, carrying possession, prostitution, sex offense. That one. There you go. Drug abuse violations. You lead there too. Against family and children. Wow. You lead that by leaps and bounds, homie. DUI, driving under the influence, killing people with cars and shit, y'all. Liquor laws, y'all. Drunkenness, y'all. Sheesh. 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 Joe Townsend in the super chat. He said, "Hola, amigo. Stop all this complaining, Tree Willie. Be happy you were born in the USA. Raw and rugged radio." We ain't did a show like that in a while. I think I need to do a show like that to piss some people off for real. For real. Sheesh. 4 million. Show is larger than 1.6. Oh, God. Give it up, you lost, and we're in a better place now. Shut the fuck up, Phantom. Damn. Y'all lead every last one of those. You lead every last one of those. Every last one. 69.4 25% of all individuals were arrested was white. 26.6% were black. Of juveniles, y'all kids badder than ours, twice as bad as ours. 62.5% your juveniles. So I would say your mothers are pieces of shit. They're fucking welfare queens. Shit, that's bad, bro. Of juvenile drug abuse offenses, 74.8% were white. Yikes. I think y'all gonna stop using that 53 fucking bullshit stat. Y'all gonna stop using that. So you can stop using that now. Hey babe, can you do me a favor? Can you check those steaks for me? Cause I'm hungry. I haven't ate anything at all. And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so. Cause that's the bottom line. Oh, I gotta kill another fallacy that's been talked about from Republicans again. Cause they came out and they said that if it wasn't for Abraham Lincoln, black people wouldn't be free today. That's what they say, right? That's what they say. So, brother, history in 3. Talk to him, King.
This is not your textbook history, so no, nobody came to free us. When the Civil War jumped off, we formed our own black militias. After the Civil War, those same militias are the ones that protected us from the Ku Klux Klan. All over the South, the Klan tried to prevent us from voting. And we picked up rifles, shotguns, even farm tools, and we whooped the Klan. Did black people get lynched all across the South? Yes. But we were not hopeless victims waiting to be preyed on. We mustered the strength to fight back and often won. That's why we were able to vote during Reconstruction. Yeah, the feds passed laws, even kept their military down south. But in all those plantation towns that we lived in, it was us who enforced the law. We enforced our right to vote. We enforced our rise to political power. We went from being enslaved to having roughly 2,000 black office holders within a decade. There were 400 black legislators in Mississippi alone. We had a black governor in Louisiana, 2 black congressmen in South Carolina, 2 black senators in Mississippi. Nobody is going to save us but ourselves. And they sure won't tell you that white supremacy was never strong enough to hold you back. This is not your textbook history, so no, nobody came to free us. When the Civil War jumped off, we formed our own black militias. After the Civil War, those same militias are the ones that protected us.
All right, he done went through it. More black history stuff. Let's see.
The 400.
All right. Want y'all listen to this.
Wealthiest white people in this country have the same cumulative.
Oh, Joe says, hey, Will, according to the CDC, who is the most involved fathers, black or white? Black. 85.6% to be exact. Oh, shit. Facts, they hate facts, bro. I love Tim Wise.
Amount of wealth as all 41 million black people in this country combined. Let me restate, so you know that I did not misstate. 400 people, the same cumulative amount of wealth as all 41 million black folks combined, right? And the wealthiest 1,000 people, the same amount, well, 1,000 white people, the same amount of cumulative wealth as all black and Latino folks in this country combined. Now, no one in their right mind is going to suggest that there are 400 white people that have worked that much harder than all black Americans and 1,000 that have worked that much harder than all black and Latino folks. And yet.
Oh, to answer Joe's question, one last question, Will. Is the CDC ran by white people or black people? White people.
If that's not the explanation, what is? Well, this inertia, this ability to rack up advantages. It's like an 8-lap race. I've got a 5-lap head start. Here's the deal. I'm supposed to cross the finish line first. That's how that happens, right? And in fact, if I start out with a 5-lap head start and at the end of the race, I'm only up by 4, I'm not the faster runner, right? So in fact, if any of those gaps shrink at all, it ought to tell you something. That is that some folks are actually working harder, running faster, metaphorically speaking, and still, because of inertia, lag behind. So we have to think of racism that way. The 400
richest white people in America have more wealth than 42 million black people. Let me just put that in numbers. 44 million black people. My bad. 44 million black people. Now, I want y'all to see this. And this happened in where Shelton lives, in Mississippi. Want y'all to see this. 10 most devastating murders in black history that never got justice. Let's pause that one. His name was Bellinzoni. It's happened in 1955, the year my mom was born. My mom was 2 months old. Bellinzoni, Mississippi. Reverend George Lee, one of the first black people registered to vote in Humphreys County, used his pulpit and his printing press to urge others to vote. White officials offered Lee protection on the condition he end his voter registration efforts, but Lee refused and he was murdered. Okay, this happened again in 1955, August 13th, in Brookhaven, Mississippi. I've been there before. Lamar Smith was shot dead on the courthouse lawn by a white man in broad daylight while dozens of people watched. The killer was never indicted because no one would admit they saw a white man shoot a black man. Smith had organized blacks to vote in a recent election. 1957, January 23rd, in Montgomery, Alabama. Willie Edwards Jr., a truck driver, was on his way to work when he was stopped by 4 Klansmen. The men mistook Edwards for another man who they believed was dating a white woman. They forced Edwards at gunpoint to jump off a bridge into the Alabama River. Edwards' body was found 3 months later. And this one right here pissed me. Every one of these pissed me off, but this one really pissed me off. In Taylorsville, Mississippi in 1962, Corporal Roman Ducksworth Jr., a military police officer stationed in Maryland, was on leave to visit his sick wife when he was ordered off a bus by a police officer and shot dead. The police officer may have mistaken Duckworth for a freedom rider who was testing the bus desegregation laws. Bet he never made a day in court. Shaquilla! Here's another one. September 25th, 1961, in Liberty, Mississippi, Herbert Lee, who worked with civil rights leader Bob Moses to help register black voters, right alongside Fannie Lou Hamer, by the way, just so y'all know, to help register black voters, was killed by a state legislator who claimed self-defense and was never arrested. Lewis Allen, a black man who witnessed the murder, was later killed. So 2 black men died. April 25th, 1959, Poplarville, Mississippi. Mac Charles Parker, 23 years old, was accused of raping a white woman. 3 days before his case was set for a trial, a masked mob took him from his jail cell, beat him, shot him, and threw him into the Pearl River. Medgar Evers. Ooh, boy. June 12, 1963, in Jackson, Mississippi, Medgar Evers, who directed the NAACP operations in Mississippi, was leading a campaign for integration in Jackson when he was shot and killed by a sniper at his home. This one, Virgil Lamar Ware, 13. He was killed September 15, 1963 in Birmingham, Alabama. Was riding on the handlebars of his brother's bicycle when he was fatally shot by white teenagers. The white youths had come from a segregationist rally held in the aftermath of the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing, where 4 little girls were killed.
It's been too hard living.
Oh, January 31st, 1964, Liberty, Mississippi. Lewis Allen, who witnessed the murder of civil rights worker Herbert Lee, endured years of threats, jailings, and harassment. He was making final arrangements to move north on the day he was killed. I already showed him.
But I'm afraid to die.
August 28, 1955, Money, Mississippi. Emmett Louise Till, a 14-year-old boy on vacation from Chicago, reportedly flirted with a white woman who lied about that shit with her stinking, musty, ugly ass, and may she rest in piss. 3 nights later, two men her husband and her husband's brother went to that boy's went to the house he was staying at, kidnapped him from the house, took him from his bed, beat him, shot him, and dumped his body in the Tallahatchie River. An all-white jury found the men innocent of murder. Not to mention they wrapped a mill fan around his neck too. They left that part out.
'Cause I don't know what someday.
Yeah. It's pissed me off too. This is why I can never let the likes of Donald Trump and MAGA and all these dumbasses who come on these apps, who get on TV to tell black folks that racism never existed, racism is gone away, and I can read cases after case after case after case after case after case after case until I'm so mad I want to go do something stupid. I'm never going to let y'all forget how much of a fucking demon you are. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you say. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Oh, black people, you're too busy. You're too busy just worrying about y'all worrying about the past. Black people are the only people in this country they keep trying to tell to forget what happened to you. When you go to the doctor, what does the doctor do to try to prescribe something for you? They go and look at your history chart, your history to find out what kind of ailments that you may have had so they can properly diagnose your problem. They ask you, how long have you been going through such and such? Like I have the flu. I know what the flu feels like because I done had it 1 billion times. Here's another one.
In 1896, he published a book called Race, Tendencies, and Traits of the American Negro, in which he lays out all the numbers, and then he concludes that if we simply avoided allowing black people to have any access to health care, that within 2 or 3 generations, the whole race would die out, and that would solve the race problem in America. When Teddy Roosevelt, 1912, proposed a national health care system, people said no because black people will get it. When Franklin Roosevelt proposed a national health care system, it was the same thing. We don't want black people to get it. When Truman tried it in 1947, same thing. Don't want black people to get it. We have to figure out a way to keep black people from using Medicare. And the way that they came up with was to have a 20% hole, a gap in Medicare, so that you had to pay 20% of your doctor's bill and your hospital bill, and that would discourage poor black people from showing up at the hospitals. Nearly 100% of the reason why the United States is the only country in the world that doesn't define healthcare as a right is because of racism. In 1890.
Y'all understand why Donald Trump and the merry band of fucking dumbasses known as MAGA keep attacking DEI? Because of racism. That's all. That's it. No complicated explanation for it. They're fucking racist. The only reason why America doesn't recognize healthcare as an individual right is because of fucking racist. The only reason why people voted for Donald Trump is because they're fucking racist. That's why. The coons that voted for him want proximity to whiteness. They want proximity to the racist. That's why they voted for him. They want proximity to the racist. That's it. They're sexist and racist. Y'all know old black men are very sexist. They don't think women can do shit but make babies and clean up and cook. That's it. The reason Donald Trump is president, the reason he was president the first time is because America's fucking racist. Those 60 some odd, 70% of white men that voted for Donald Trump, white men that voted for Donald Trump are fucking racist. No if, no and, no buts about it. They're fucking racist. The white women who voted, they're fucking racist. The Latinos that voted for Trump, they're fucking racist. Mainstream media who try to fucking normalize what fucking Trump is are fucking racist. That's why Mika Brzezinski and fucking Joe Scarborough can waltz them merry, happy white asses down to Mar-a-Lago and suck Trump's dick. And then come on TV and gaslight everybody. Because they're fucking racist. If America would have some balls and rid itself of its fucking problem, racism, because they're addicted to racism like cocaine addicts, like Don Jr. is addicted to that line of powder he has to snort every day. They're addicted to it. Their sheer fear of black people getting equality in this country scares the shit out of them. White fear. White fear is the reason why we don't have universal health care. White fear is the reason why billionaires have, that's why Elon Musk has a wealth of $450 billion. And you have a country full of people who are broke. You have a country full of people who are broke. But yet at the same time, in the same country, simultaneously, you have Jeff Bezos who makes $1 million every minute. But you have homeless veterans. You have homeless people here. You have kids starving. I just went to the grocery store today. And I bought some New York strips, 2 of them, 3 boxes of cereal, some trash bags, some sweet tea, a soda, and like 2 packs of cookies. And that was $80. $80. $80 for just that. It's already done got here. Nah, Elon Musk needs to be fucking deported back to South Africa where the fuck he brought his musty ass over here from. Send his ass the fuck gone. Deport. Yep, I know it's greed. We know it's greed. You know, Trump keep trying to equate the high prices in grocery stores to inflation. Nope. Look up the inflation rate before the pandemic and look at the inflation rate now. Pretty much the same. Well, until Trump fucks this shit open and inflation shoots out of the fucking woodworks of this country. But as of right now, inflation is pretty much the same as pre-pandemic. What changed? Monopolies. Rich people. Greed. That's what changed. Yep, Carpe Diem, they were smart. Canada's way smarter than us. Way smart.
My video.
I want y'all to hear this. Want y'all to hear this. Shout out to this queen. Want y'all to hear this.
It was muted, but I just will recreate it. This is a list of things we use today that was created to disenfranchise Black people. Starting out strong with insurance. Black people is actually the very first capital to be insured in this country. Next week.
Yep, they had slave insurance. Don't believe me? Hold on, let's Google it. Slave insurance. Slave insurance. Boom. Slave insured at low rates. Since they say that me, I like to lie. That's what they say. That is what they say. They say that Trill Will don't bring receipts. But here you go. New York Life started because they insured slaves. New York Life Insurance, one of the biggest life insurance policyholders in America, started from slavery. Oops. Back to what the Queen was saying. My bad. Back to what she was saying. So every point she make, I'm gonna Google it.
We can talk about to-go plates back when it was no longer legal for.
Okay, to-go plates. To-go plates. Racism. I'll let her explain that one. I think she goes.
For white people to say they don't want black people in their establishments, it was like, all right, we can give them some place and they can get the fuck on. Next is credit scores. Because before black people attempted to get credit in such a large amount, it was just open, willy-nilly, so much so that there was a fucking stock crash.
Yeah. Y'all do know that's how the credit reporting system started, right? So they can disenfranchise and discriminate against black people who want to buy houses and get loans to start businesses with. Yeah.
Credit scores were created to make it hard for black people to secure a home loan. And back in the day, they actually came with a requirement of a reference, which leads us into our next thing. References. References was created back when vagrancy laws prohibited black people from being unemployed and made them sign labor contracts. In order to have a labor contract and be employed by a white planter, you had to have references from your last, basically owner. Mind you, these were free people, but free was used extremely loosely. Next is invoices, treadmills. Now, the treadmill was used as a punishment for slaves, and it was actually a machine. They called it the everlasting staircase or something like that. And it was like, it churned, I think it was like corn and cotton. Like it processed corn and cotton. But if you look it up, it's basically a large, almost like Stairmaster, if you will. But that's where the treadmill derived from. Next, college tuitions. Next is bar exams and exams alike. Before, you could actually enter any profession if you just went to college and you consider yourself a lawyer. But once black people started doing it, yeah, they had to put some type of other requirement to make it harder for us to get in there. Next is butter pecan ice cream. Picnics. A lot of people don't know, but picnics actually took place on Sundays for a reason. A lot of these picnics took place outside of a black church or near a black church. And it wasn't like they would lynch one black person. They would actually kidnap people throughout the week, send their postcards throughout the week, and people would come from out of town to watch people be lynched in mass. Sometimes up to 12 people would be lynched at once. Next is master bedrooms. And lastly, paramedics. The only reason we have a system that we know today to be paramedics is because black people had no way to get to the hospital and no hospital to get to because it was prohibited. Hospitals was only used for white people. And there was no ambulance, right? So paramedics, the very first paramedics in the country were black.
You see? Good old American values, right?
So
I'm just gonna let y'all hear the audio from this. I want y'all to hear this.
anti-dictators. Imagine if America was a dictatorship. You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth. You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes and bailing them out when they gamble and lose. You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education. Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family. You could wiretap phones. You could torture foreign prisoners.
This is on the movie The Dictator. It's Sasha. It's like 2012. Continue.
You could have rigged elections. You could lie about why you go to war. You could fill your prisons with one particular racial group and no one would complain. You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests. I know this is hard for you Americans to imagine, but please try. Why?
See? That's the comedian Sasha. Sasha.
Guys, I want to talk real quick about the sort of crisis that is happening in our government at the moment. It's Sunday night. It's late. Should be in bed, but I was on a big call tonight with Indivisible, Working Families Party, and Move On, and I want to share what we talked about and the plan for this week. Because if you don't know, if you have been not paying attention, Elon Musk and a bunch of literally 18 to 24-year-olds that he has sort of recruited for this end have basically infiltrated the US Treasury and have taken control of all of the computers. They have fired everybody who is in charge of taking care of our extremely sensitive information in there. And they are in there and no one knows what they're doing. And it is a crisis. And anyone who tells you it isn't is in denial. But I think everyone knows it's a crisis. So the other part of this, and I'm going to explain how they're related, is that this week also, the Senate is going to be voting on a guy named Russell Vogt, who is nominated to run the Office of Management and Budget. Now, Russell Vogt is the guy who wrote most of, actually, Project 2025. He was Trump's OMB chair last time, and Trump has nominated him again because obviously Trump lied through his teeth, which we did try to tell you about not knowing anything about Project 2025. He's already begun to execute most of what's in it, and Russell Vogt will do the rest. He is the author of last week's attempt to freeze all government funding. They failed because of your backlash, but he will try again. Indivisible and other people who have contacts on the Hill are hearing that even Republican senators are like really not into him. Democrats are unified and promising that they will vote against him, but we have to turn at least for Republican senators. It's all related because this is all an attack on our money. And one more thing that it's really important to understand is that the average Republican voter has no idea this is happening because they only watch Fox News and Fox News is not going to cover it. So the other thing that is really important to do right now, there's a few steps here, and I'm trying to be as clear as I can. You want to talk to the people in your life who are either disengaged from politics or are Republican voters and just show them what is happening and let them know that this is going to affect their Social Security payments, their Medicare, their Medicaid, their veterans benefits, their Meals on Wheels, anything you can think of. Elon Musk and a handful of kids, one of whom is still in college, now have access to, and no one knows what they're doing. They could be stealing it. They could be siphoning it off. We don't know. They could be just cutting off funding to anything they don't approve of. So what do? Indivisible is asking us to do a few things. First of all, on Tuesday at 5 p.m., if you are anywhere in the DC area, and I mean anywhere, 5 p.m. Tuesday, show up at the Department of Treasury. We're going to have a huge street protest. We are showing up physically to protest what is happening. Also, Indivisible is asking us to not just call our representatives, our senators especially, to tell them no on Russell vote and no on what's happening right now with Elon Musk. They are asking us to go in person to their offices. Now, I know you are immediately like, no way, I'm not doing that. But listen, you guys, I have done this many times. I have gone to meet with my senator.
I'm not doing none of that shit. Y'all shouldn't have voted for them motherfuckers. Anyways, see, Jose, this is who I feel bad for. And this is why I do these videos, because people who are being affected by this had nothing to do with this.
Now, police say,
I want to show y'all this.
hey, this video that we're about to show you was later brought to their attention and has now prompted a criminal investigation into the caller. Now, we do want to show you part of that video in just a moment, but a warning to you, you may find it disturbing.
You got caught, Mo. Where you from? Mexico? You from Mexico? You're going back to Mexico.
Okay.
No, you cannot drive, bro. You have not a license.
The moment he put his hands in my car would have been the moment I put 4 bullets in his ass.
You have no license. We're going back. We got the cops coming, bro. If you don't got a driver's license, you can't drive a vehicle. You know that, right? You know, if you don't have a license, you cannot drive a car in the United States. No, it's over. It's over. Hey, El Capo.
Ya valí madre, no sé, güey. Dile que la migra. Aquí en la Atlantic 20.
Oh, just so y'all know, this racist piece of shit got arrested, and he's in jail right now. Like false imprisonment, assault, battery, slapped the phone away from one of the guys in there. Like, watch. You see
Don't be speaking that pig Latin in my country.
Yep, class 3 felony.
That pig Latin here. This is America. We speak English.
This is America. He got arrested for larceny. He got arrested for he got arrested for so much shit, bro. Yeah. I'm telling y'all, these Trump supporters done got it in their head. They're the law of the land. They can, you know. I'm telling y'all.
I'm a bounty hunter by trade. I've been introduced by my agency. I'm from Seattle. Tacoma called me and told me that as the waves go through, this is the first wave. The second and third is when they're going to hire us. The ICE is going to hire us bounty hunters, and they're going to be giving $1,500 to $1,000 per day.
These people think that they're Dog the Bounty Hunter and they're on a made-for-TV show and they're going to just go out and just grab random fucking people. They're going to run into the right one and they're going to catch a hollow tip right in their fucking face, and I'm going to laugh about it when it happens. Hi, Teresa. I'm going to laugh about it when it happens. Because these people in their head think they're vigilantes. They think they Batman. Oh, we're going to go out here. ICE is going to hire us and we're going to do this. Man, you're going to get your shit shot the fuck up.
Does it?
I want y'all to see this. Argue about my war. What's up with it, though? Yep, somebody gonna get tips, tips and everything. I want y'all to check this out. This is going on with my argument about DEI too. Oh. Nope. Don't need it. I just need a knife. It's gonna be kind of hard for me to swallow this. My throat hurt. It is? I cooked it for an hour. Never mind. I can cut it with a fork. All right, check this out.
And DEI kind of clash with the whole concept of hiring based on merit. Okay, let's talk about it. There are so many assumptions packed into this question, but I will assume that it was asked in good faith and answer it as such. No. Hiring a non-male, non-white candidate does not clash with the concept of merit because white men don't have a monopoly on being qualified. Take as much time as you need with that one. At the heart of your question is an assumption that black people, women, queer folks, all the groups considered diverse, that they are, for one reason or another, less worthy and therefore could only have gotten the job because of their identity and not because they earned it. But not only is that wrong, it's insane. And I have some potentially disturbing news for you. All throughout American history, the only group of people to consistently get jobs they didn't deserve because they were the right race or the right gender were white men. In fact, decades of research found that black women and black men have to be overqualified to even be considered for higher status jobs, while researchers found that white men consistently benefited the most from nepotism. What all of this means is that a diverse, equitable, and inclusive hiring process may in fact be the only way to hire based on merit. Doesn't DEI kind of clash with the whole concept of hiring based on merit? Oh.
That is a good question. Donald Trump is a DEI hire. Y'all got all kind of videos.
If you've ever spoken about white supremacy, you've probably been accused of being a reverse racist. But the reverse of racism is equality. So what do people think reverse racism is, and why doesn't it exist? As we've been learning, race is a system that was invented to do racism. And racialization, or the categorization of people by race, was literally invented to uplift white people. And that's not something I'm saying, that's something that they said. And white supremacy is the false and harmful idea that white Western Europeans are inherently superior in every way and should therefore rule society, and society should revolve around them. Because racism is systemic, we are taught racism, and that informs our beliefs, and our beliefs inform our behaviors. And so if we don't do the work of unlearning those racist beliefs, we might do racist actions, whether that happens consciously or subconsciously. Anyone, regardless of whether they're racially privileged or racially marginalized, can be racist. But by the rules of racism that the racists created, white people cannot be harmed by racism. They can only be uplifted. So in the context of white supremacy, if you're white, racism can't harm you, it benefits you. And that's not my opinion, that's literally how and why race and racism were invented. Being privileged means that you benefit from a system of oppression at the expense of others. And if the system of oppression that you're benefiting from is race, then you can't be harmed by racism. But you can be harmed by other systems of oppression, or privileged in other ways. That understanding comes from intersectionality theory, as coined by Dr. Kimberly Crenshaw. But by the rules of the construct of race and the racism that it enables, racism only goes in one direction. And we all have some idea that this is true, otherwise they wouldn't be calling their made-up phenomenon reverse racism.
That's a fact. You're a reverse racist. You're a reverse racist.
The only thing that causes inflation.
Here we go. Here goes the elongated muskrat. Here you go.
Is government overspending because the checks never bounce.
What, you mean like the estimated $4.9 billion the government has overspent to subsidize you building your empire? That kind of overspending? Imagine that, between grants and tax breaks and subsidized construction, discounted loans and environmental credits, the government has given this self-made billionaire nearly $5 billion. And that's just the US government. Globally speaking, Tesla might be one of the more heavily subsidized private corporations in history. Subsidies they receive almost entirely based on the idea that what they're doing is good for the environment. An assumption that seems to be ignoring the fact that the production of electric vehicles is actually approximately 2.5 times worse for the environment, which is not even remembering to mention the monumental amount of human suffering that goes into the production, which is something we don't even remember to mention way too often, if you ask me. Either way, if your priority really is protecting the environment, not buying a new car at all is probably the obvious choice. But of course, consumer capitalism doesn't like solutions that don't involve more consumption. The name kind of gives it away. And that's just Tesla. The state of New York subsidized the construction of a solar-powered energy plant on the grounds that it was going to create thousands of new jobs. But isn't that like your job? Job creator? Isn't that like the whole justification for why people like you exist? You know, you take the risk, invest the capital, so you get the majority of the reward. If the taxpayer is subsidizing your risk, then why do you get the reward? Why do you get to play pretend capitalism with training wheels on when the rest of the world is out here actually working for a living? Now, despite what you said, I'm pretty sure another thing that causes inflation is perpetually increasing the money supply, which happens when banks lend money. Yeah, banks don't lend their own money. They create credit money. So when you borrow money from a bank, it actually increases the money supply until the loan is paid back. Like when you had to borrow $13 billion because you accidentally talked your way into buying Twitter, failed to talk your way out of it, and couldn't afford to put your money where your mouth was. So I suppose you are kind of an expert on inflation. You're definitely personally responsible for creating more inflation than the vast majority of human beings that have ever lived.
Damn. Damn. Who says Elon Musk is self-made now? I want to see this.
Why do white people keep putting this in my comments? Listen, yo, I am mixed and white passing. But when people ask me my ethnicity, I don't go around saying I'm black. I say I'm white because I'm seen in this world as a completely white woman. I got whiter parts of me. You want to see those too? Because fuck, like, I've never denied that I'm white. I'm just using my white privilege, the experience that I've had living up close with white people, and the experience that I have as a biracial person, having experience being in the black community as well on the black side of my family, to be able to like really draw some attention to what the fuck is wrong with this world. And you want to know one of the things that I've noticed, although the black community has its issues, as every community does, you want to know which community is really fucked up and weird and fucking creepy and creates most of the fucking issues? Whites! 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 Whites are coming! Why?
Damn.
Why do white people keep putting...
More stuff.
Exclusively tied the benefits of immigration to just black people so that white people would vote against their own interest, and it worked. They exclusively tied the benefits of free college and welfare, a social safety net, to black people so that white people would vote against their own interest, and it worked. They exclusively tied the benefits of affirmative action and critical race theory to black people so that white people would vote against their own interest, and it worked.
Yep.
They exclusively tied all the benefits of diversity, equity, and inclusion to black people so that white people vote against their own interest. And it's working. And on Monday, the president said that the 14th Amendment was really only for black children. It wasn't for everybody else. Are you guys noticing the fucking pattern yet? White people... Are we gonna be citizens or not? Are you guys gonna fucking hate black people that much that you guys are gonna fucking vote away your own citizenship? Brian, they would never do that. You don't know white people.
Facts. I ain't want y'all to see me over here stuffing my face, so I wanted y'all to go through like the bombardment. This is like stuff me and my wife be finding all the time. Like all the time. All the time. Oh, I want y'all to see this one.
You're most likely wondering what this has to do with that.
Let's do it. Jan 20, TSA head fired, FAA chief for stop. Jan 21, air traffic controller hiring freeze. Jan 22, aviation safety advisory committee disbanded. Jan 28, buyout/retirement demands sent to existing employees. Jan 29, first American mid-air collision in 16 years. All within the first 10 days of his presidency. And this is what he had to say about all of that.
It's all under investigation. I understand that. That's why I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash. Because I have common sense, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't.
Trump went on to blame Pete Buttigieg, who headed the transportation department under Biden, saying he's a disaster. He's run it right into the ground with his diversity. Here we are, listening to a fully grown human blame a mid-air collision with no survivors on a concept. Yes, you see, it's not concept and effect, it's cause and effect. And because you let go of many people that oversaw these machines in the sky, one would presume that effect, the first mid-air collision in 16 years, was due to all the elements in place leading up to that crash that you're responsible for. Robert Reich added, we did not have a FAA administrator to respond to the tragic crash last night in DC because Elon Musk pushed the agency head appointed under Biden to resign after he fined SpaceX for failing to follow safety requirements. And look at how Trump grammatically phrased Pete Buttigieg. He said his diversity, like Pete brought diversity to an aviation department and it caused a crash. If that were the case, and Pete's responsible for bringing diversity to the table, he's done an awful job. Since according to available data, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, is considered to be heavily white dominated, with a majority of its workforce, particularly in pilot positions, identifying as white, reflecting a historical trend of the aviation industry being predominantly white male occupied. The statistics show that over 90% of pilots are white men, but that's not the point. The point is people who were in position to oversee giant machines flying through the sky were let go for one reason or another, and an absolute tragedy occurred with no survivors. And now the President of the United States, instead of leading, has chosen lying.
As usual. Oh, here's another.
We will not be coerced into hiring any colored person, regardless of his qualifications, as a matter of duress or as a matter of expedience.
When the Negro can prove to the white man that he can live like the white man, then we will accept them.
This is MAGA. Full stop. Full stop. If you can prove you can live like a white man, when you motherfucker, man, let me shut up.
The thing that scares me is the neighborhood will get in bed. And if we ever wanted to sell, naturally your house depreciates.
She's mixed. In case y'all didn't know that, black and white can't hide the fact that you mix, son.
And color get in.
If they move in, the next step we have to accept is intermarriage.
We can be sociable with them in work. We can get.
Look at how they just talk about black folks. We can be sociable with them, like they're animals and shit.
Just along with them and jump with them. But when we leave our job and close the door and we're on our way home, we want them to go in their direction.
Right, Jill.
And we can go in ours.
We will not.
I just tore that up. That's dead right there. Let's see if I can find some more stuff in here.
People keep warning us that Trump uses chaos to cover up his real agenda, but they never say what they think his real agenda is, which starts to feel a little bit like conspiracy territory, which turns off a lot of the more discerning members of the left. So imagine my surprise when I'm looking up his approval rating now that it's been a couple of weeks since he started naming nominees and signing executive orders, and I see a list of those executive orders pop up in a Reuters poll. And at the very top of the list of unpopular executive orders is something I've never even heard of: ending requirements that government employees report gifts or investments. 77% of voters disapprove of this action. And yet I'm guessing you haven't heard of it because it was clumped together in a jargony sounding order called Initial Rescissions of Harmful Executive Orders and Actions. So I looked that up. It repealed dozens of Biden's executive orders, including 13989, which regulates gifts and investment reporting, lobbying, and my personal favorite, golden parachutes that are designed exclusively for lobbyists to accept government positions. Wait, Donald, didn't you just tell Theo Vaughn?
Well, one way you can stop it is to say if you're going to go into government, you can never be a lobbyist. If you're an elected official or if you work in government, you can never be a lobbyist.
And wait, didn't I just read that you nominated 5 former lobbyists to your cabinet? So let's bring this together. You lied about hiring lobbyists. You rescind reporting requirements for investments and gifts from lobbyists. You rescind the ban on golden parachutes for lobbyists who join government. And then you fire 17 inspectors general, including 2 who are responsible for spotting fraud in the departments you just nominated lobbyists to run, the Department of Transportation and the Department of Veterans Affairs. Now I know we all agree that Trump wants to be an authoritarian leader, but I'm not sure that's his top priority. If you look at his track record and you look at this evidence that I just provided, I think what Trump really wants to do is the same thing he's always done. Grift.
Woo! That's a good one. Y'all getting the writing on the wall? Trump don't, at the end of the day, Trump does not care about DEI. He don't care about drugs. Really, he don't care about deporting immigrants. He don't really give a fuck about that. It just excites his base because his base is a bunch of fucking sister fucking inbred hillbillies. And they don't know no better and they don't care. They don't care about being fucking racist hillbillies. They don't care one way or the other. Trump is not going to fix the economy. Trump is the reason why the economy is the way it is now. People like Trump are the reason why the economy is the way it is now. Always have been, always will be. So, yeah, that's pretty much what the basis of all these executive orders that Trump keeps passing. That's pretty much the crust of what it is, basically. All right, let me show y'all this. I remember this one. I remember seeing this. This one was cool too. This is trill as it get right here.
You people. You're not a race. You are a virus. You destroy the world. Everything beautiful you poison. You drag us from our homes, you rape our daughters, murder our sons. You crack our spines and do all you can to break our will. You stab us. Then you put the knife in our hand and tell us it's our fault. And if you don't do it yourself, you stand by, close your eyes, and pretend there's nothing wrong. And then you pray to your God to silence our screams so that you can enjoy the happiness that we built for you with our blood. But it's not your fault. It's the only way you know how to be. And the only thing that will change anything is if another virus comes along and does to you what you do to us. And I hope that happens very soon.
Damn. Shit. That's about as real as it gets. That's about as real as it gets right there. That's about as real as it gets. Wow. That's some crazy work. Hey, you want to hear something else from Tim Wise? Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all listen to. I'm gonna let y'all listen to Tim Wise again. I'm gonna let y'all get a bombardment of shit that I be listening to.
History of rich white men telling not rich white people that their enemies are black and brown. It starts in the colonies of what would become the United States. Let's remember, during the colonial period, mid-1600s, there was no such thing as white people. I know some people who are now called white find that shocking, right? Because they think whiteness is real, right? But whiteness was created. Europeans didn't call themselves white. We didn't call ourselves white. We weren't all members of one big happy family. Are you kidding? Have you studied the history of Europe? The history of Europe was about killing each other. That's what we did in Europe. We just killed each other before we figured out there were other people to kill. We just killed each other, right? I mean, that was the history of Europe. The English hated the Irish, right? Northern Italians didn't even think that Southern Italians were Italians. The Germans hated everybody, and everybody hated their ass right back, right? There was no team called white, no race called white, but all of a sudden, in the middle of the 1600s, there was. Why? Why was it suddenly necessary to create this thing called the white race? Well, because rich people can count, that's why. And so rich folks looked around, the ones that owned all the land, you know, in the colonies, the colonial elite looked around and they realized something, that they were heavily outnumbered by African enslaved folks, by European indentured servants who were just one level above a slave, or other Europeans who weren't technically indentured servants, but they were still peasants, didn't have any money, didn't have any land, and they could do the math. They added it up and they were like, damn, we got to figure out a way to split these folks apart from one another or they're going to rise up and take our stuff, right? Because after a while, these black folks who were enslaved Africans and these quote unquote white folks who were poor Europeans are going to figure out they're all getting played by these rich people, right? So ultimately the rich figure out they got to come up with some way to get somebody in that group on their team. The easiest thing is to get the poor Europeans, right? Because at least they look like you. They sort of share some of the customs and the culture. So they all of a sudden create this thing called whiteness and they say, now you're part of the club. Now we're going to let you testify in court, enter into contracts, vote, at least if you're a man, own a little bit of land, at least if you're a man, right? And we're going to get rid of indentured servitude. No more of that because you're too good for that. And
question, did America ever get rid of slavery?
And we're going to take the white men, now called white men, and put them on the slave patrol to keep black people in line. Give them a horse and a gun and a badge and make them feel big and powerful, right? They're still poor. They still don't have anything. They didn't pay the slave patrol well, right? Just exploited them, used them as a buffer between the elite and the other poor folks, particularly poor folks of color. And pretty soon the rebellions that occasionally happened where black and white got together to overthrow the elite, those stopped because the divide and conquer had begun to work, right? You could turn people against each other by telling those poor white folks, they got to keep these black people in line. And so that divide and conquer gets initiated in the colonies. Rich white men telling not rich white people that their enemies are black and brown. Fast forward to the Civil War era. And you have, I'm from the South, right? My people, the elite in my part of the country, right, actually announced that the reason they wanted to break away from the Union and possibly go to war with their brothers and sisters to the North was in order to maintain slavery and white supremacy. They said that at the time. We lie about it now.
Right.
And we say it had nothing to do with that. But of course, at the time, they didn't have any shame about it, so they just said it openly, right? The vice president of the Confederacy, Alexander Stephens, said that the cornerstone of the new government was the great truth that the Negro was not the equal of the white man. So that's the reason the Confederacy was formed and existed. But here's the trick. If I'm rich and I want to go to war to protect my ownership in other human beings, my property, but you're poor and you don't own any enslaved people, why the hell would you go fight to protect my stuff? Because I'm a rich person. I'm not going to fight. Rich people don't go to war, right? Rich people get poor people to go to war for them, whether it's in 1860 or whether it's during the 1960s or whether it's today, right? Rich folks get doctors to write notes for them that say that they have heel spurs and that's why they can't go to Vietnam. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you can Google that shit because he's sitting in the White House right now, right? Oh, I can't go fight. I have heel spurs. Send some poor kids to do that for me, please, right? So that's been a long-standing tradition. So the rich have to figure out a way to convince the poor to go fight for them. But that's a hard thing. That's like a hard sell, right? Like, how the hell, why would you do that? Why would you go fight to protect my property rights when you don't own anything? The only way you would do it is if that rich person comes to you and says, hey, listen, you gotta go fight because we gotta maintain our way of life because if these people get free, they're gonna take your jobs. No, fool, they already got your job. That's how it works, right? Because if I'm white and I got to charge you $1 a day to work on the farm, but you can get a black person to do it for nothing because you own them, guess who got the job? Free got the job, right? So in a sense, poor white folks would have been better off joining with black folks to overthrow the slave system. That would have raised the wage floor of all working people. But they got tricked by rich white men telling them that their enemies were black and brown. Fast forward to the 1930s. And you have white labor leaders. They're not even the elite, right? The labor leaders are not the elite, but they're the elite within the labor movement. And even they had fallen for it at this point. So they didn't want to integrate their unions. And
just listen, this what he's saying is basically what MAGA is, what Trump said on his campaign trail. It's everything that he said. Trump said, I'm going to make America great again. Then he told them, if you let these people from Congo and Venezuela, from mental health facilities come into this country, they're going to steal, rape, kill, and do all this egregious stuff to you, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Then he came out with the concept of black jobs. All of this stuff has meaning. All you have to do is dig further enough in history, and you'll see history repeats itself, just like it's doing right now. Donald Trump got the MAGA party because they're racist. Donald Trump is a fucking Nazi. He's a fucking racist. I remember sternly throughout the whole fucking presidential cycle, this campaigns and all this shit, all the people who came in here on my videos telling me that Donald Trump wasn't a racist, that I was just making stuff up, and that you can't prove that he's a racist. He ain't done nothing racist. Jesse Jackson, him and Trump are friends. You see Trump in pictures with P. Diddy. Donald Trump's a fundamental racist. How many more examples do y'all need to see? Yeah, MAGA, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all got conned again. Just like y'all got conned on January 6th. Donald Trump told y'all he was going to go to the Capitol with you. He's going to be right beside you, fighting, fight, blah, 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 blah. What happened? He rigged the legal system so he don't be held accountable, but you were. All 1,600 of y'all went y'all asses to fucking jail and now got a criminal record. Ashley Babbitt is not here no more. She is dirt food. Her legacy is shit now. She went to the Capitol and died for a lie. Her life means fucking nothing. She's just some dumb bitch who tried to climb through the window of the Senate chamber and got a bullet for her trouble. No one feels bad for her. Trump uses her name when he wants to incite anger in his fucking mob, just like they use Laken Riley's name. They don't give a fuck about Laken Riley. They don't care about that girl. She was killed by an immigrant. That's all they cared about. I can politicize this, and I can ramp up my base, and we're going to be mad, and then I can channel and tell them, hey, let me go, and let's go deport. That's why I showed y'all that video of that white dude fucking with that damn Mexican dude for no fucking reason. Because he emboldens these people, his foot soldiers. That's why in his first presidency, you seen that crazy nut job down in Florida with that van with Trump stickers all over it, with bums in them. Because Trump ain't gonna do shit. All he has to do is fire his base up enough to where these dumb fucks will go out here and try to accost fucking U.S. citizens and immigrants. Y'all get the play now? It's been happening since the inception of America. Like Tim Wise said, there was no fucking, no such thing as a white man in America in the 1600s. It wasn't. They were Dutch, or they were English, or they were Spanish, or from Portugal, or Portuguese, or they were Italian or Scottish. We're no white. Yep, they love saying Trump ain't a racist, but everything about racists, racists love Donald Trump. This is what they do. I'm gonna let Tim keep cooking.
And they would say things like, well, we can't have black people and Mexicans and Chinese folks in our unions because if we do that, it's going to reduce the professionalism of our craft. We have to maintain the integrity of our profession. No fool.
DEI. That's the whole DEI argument. We can't have those blacks and those Mexicans and those fucking Asians in our prosperous positions, because it tarnishes what America stands for. Land of the white, home of the white. Do y'all get it now? This is all about preserving mediocrity in white people. Letting unqualified white people, just like Donald Trump's whole cabinet, a whole bunch of unqualified white folks, running departments they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. That's why that fucking dummy, Sean Duffy dumbass don't know shit about the FAA. That's why you had like 7, 8 plane crashes in less than a week. 7 to 8 of them. Most of them ain't been reported yet. There was another one down in Texas. Plane crash. Mediocre white people who don't know what the fuck they're doing in prestigious positions. It's not gonna take long, but y'all gonna see just how unqualified fucking Pete Hegseth is for running the Department of Defense. You're gonna see just how much of a fucking drunk dumbass this fucking racist piece of shit, a Fox and Friends host, does for our fucking defense in our country. We're not safe. Don't want to gaslight y'all, but I'm just telling you the truth. We are not safe at all. We're not safe. Nope. Our national security is at risk. Our personal security is definitely at risk. You got a whole bunch of fucking midget porn beating off fucking weirdo virgins in possession of all of our personal information. And they have access to money that we need to live. And at any given moment, fucking Elon Musk, who is not a fucking citizen here, can tell those fucking weirdos, don't give them their money. That's already been appropriated for them. You got an immigrant telling U.S. citizens they can't have their fucking money. And y'all don't see a fucking problem with that. But you want to come in here and talk dick ride Trump and talk about Elon Musk, how smart he is. This motherfucker is not smart. He's another lucky loser. He's a fucking weirdo, socially awkward, got ADHD and snorts cocaine every day. He's fucking weird. Look at Elon's face. He's fucking weird. He's a fucking weirdo. Tim, keep cooking.
Well, you need more people in the damn union is what you need. And if you don't let those folks in, guess what happens when you go out on strike? Who is the boss going to use to replace you? They're gonna replace you with the very same black and brown folks that you didn't want to work next to, right? And so at the end of the day, and then you're going to blame them for taking your job rather than the white rich dude for giving it to them.
Exactamundo. They're stealing your jobs. You know, the black job. Yeah.
Right? Divide and conquer. Telling not rich white folks that their enemies are black and brown. And now we fast forward to the president. We got the president of the United States becoming president on the basis of that same rhetoric. Well, history.
That's a fact.
Get off me.
I want y'all to hear John Hope Bryant, because he's pretty good and proficient with talking about DEI and stuff like that. I'm going to start introducing y'all to some of my where I get some of my talking points. Here's one.
We'll survive.
Black people are too emotional on this topic, and some white people are too narrow-minded and fearful. This literally makes no sense. I'm dropping this today. We're going to publish this in a couple weeks, I believe, on CNBC. And I'm taking on the entire hard right. And my prediction is they won't have much to say. Here's why. It's called A Business Plan for America. Now, I'm going to do this real quickly. In 1952, America was 90% white. That meant that what Dr. King and Andrew Young and Dorothy Height did in the civil rights movement was genius, because basically America was doing the moral thing because we didn't have the numbers. America today is 40% black and brown. You add all other minorities in, we're already a majority of minorities. But black and brown group will be a majority of minority within 10 or so years. So now we're a majority of minorities. We're going to be the first generation where the population is a majority over 65 years of age. Read baby boomers who are white, wealthy, and trying to retire. So in our lifetime, you're going to have the first generation over 65 years of age, wealthy, white, trying to retire. Social Security by 2034 will only be able to pay 70 cents of every dollar for retirement, which means you need more money going into Social Security. Now you have a population of black and brown people for the first time in history that's basically going to be a majority of minority, and that's just going to keep escalating. The largest population of poverty in this country are poor whites, and the number one group dying are high school educated white men. By the 2045 census, you're going to have all these sort of numbers coagulating together.
It's what they're scared of.
An economy that doesn't work anymore, because black and brown people were never given the memo on free enterprise, capitalism, economics, ownership, and opportunity. We confuse making money with building wealth. By 2053, black America will have a net worth of zero. If all we do is what we're doing right now. Right now, black people have a net worth, 41% of black people own a home, 41 to 43%. The number one way you build wealth in America is home ownership. It's part of what we've been talking about today. And once you become a homeowner, there's only so much land, and that's it. It's done. It's hard for that value not to go up if you're anywhere near places of economic activity and jobs. So that's how people compound when they sleep, but we don't own homes. Latinos are not much better. By 2072, I believe it was, Latinos will have a net worth of zero. So the two groups that are going to be the majority of minorities were never taught free enterprise, capitalism, economics, and opportunity. So now let's deal with diversity and inclusion. What's the biggest economy in the world? I've already said it, the U.S. What's the most diverse country in the world? The U.S. What are the two most diverse states? California and New York. What's the two most prosperous states? Now, these are not trick questions.
California and New York.
All right. What's the biggest economy in the South? Not a trick question. Atlanta. $455 billion a year. 10th largest economy in the United States. What's the most diverse place in the traditional South?
Atlanta.
Now, you take 6 states around Atlanta. States, not cities. You can name them. Alabama, Mississippi, you can name them. The Atlanta city economy is bigger than all 6 states. You can take 3 of those states together, put them inside a bucket, and set it inside of the city of Atlanta's economy. That's because diversity is actually good business. If you're a business today, a company, a Fortune 500 company, you're 36 more likely to be prosperous and profitable if you're diverse and inclusive. Put another way, the most profitable big companies in America are diverse and inclusive. The math on this stuff, and we can go on, I can do this forever, but I think the point is sort of obvious. How do you cancel diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, which are basically DE&I, is the R&D, the research and development for the future economy. So if the folks replacing the folks got the jokes but don't have the capital, America can only continue to be the superpower of the world. There's never been a superpower that wasn't an economic power. What's America today? But we cannot continue unless the folks listening to this program and watching this video become capitalists.
Did you hear that? 2 are the biggest economies in America. California and New York. 2 of the biggest. Let's just do what I always do when I watch videos like that. I go to Google. 2 biggest economies in the U.S. Let's go 3. 3 biggest economies in the U.S. California, Texas, and New York. Matter of fact, you can throw in Florida. 4. You know why they're the biggest? Because they're some of the most diverse places you want to go. Florida has the Cubans, you have the Latino community in Florida. New York, you have Italians, you have practically everybody. It's a melting pot in New York. California, same way, Asians, Hispanics, Latinos. You have all that. You have that big mix. Texas, Mexicans, Latino. They think killing DEI is going to solve all their woes and they're going to run us back to old times. To the old times. California has the economy of India, the second largest landmass on Earth. Georgia has a big economy because of Atlanta. Atlanta has Africans, you have Jamaicans, you have Latinos, you have Asians, you have some of everything in Atlanta. Diversity works. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is the reason why America is a superpower. As explained by John Hope Bryant so eloquently, DEI has So the question of the day, and shout out to D.L. Hughley. Question of the day. They were so worried about TikTok somehow gaining access to users' information, but they handed all of our social security numbers and payment information freely and without question to an unelected man from South Africa, a fucking immigrant. That's the question of the day. America was so worried about TikTok having access to all of our personal information, but they just handed all of our personal information and payment information to a fucking South African immigrant. You see the irony and the hypocrisy? Y'all see the irony in this shit? This is a fucking joke. This is a joke. A joke. A joke. This is one of Trump's pick for the State Department. He told Tim Scott, "You need to learn your place, nigga, and take a knee to MAGA." BLM must take a knee to MAGA. They must learn their place. Look here, little nigger, you need to take a knee. See? And this is this fat piece of shit right here. Typical MAGA. Competent white men must be in charge. This is what they say. We did better as a people without it. D.L. Hughley is not anyone worth listening to. Get out your feelings. Michael Traylor, you're a fucking idiot. Statistically speaking, Michael Traylor, you fucking dumbass hillbilly, where's the lie? DEI works. Ask California. Ask New York. Ask Florida. Ask them. The whole argument behind the TikTok ban was TikTok has access to our personal information, and they could be funneling our information to China. That's what they said, right? Right? But they just handed all of our information to Elon Musk. Wild times we're living in. We got people still defending this stupid shit. Tim Wise was ever bit so wise in his commentary when he said all they had to do was convince these poor whites that they were important. And these broke ass fucking poor whites will still be fucking broke, but they will be the foot soldiers to create the buffer between the rich people who can continue to steal money and embezzle money from all of us and keep us all poor and downtrodden so we can all continue to fight one another. In the name of capitalism, in the name of them staying rich, and your stupid ass in here arguing with me. You fucking hillbilly hick, stupid fuck. I'm not your enemy. Trump is. Trump has always been and always will be the enemy to democracy, as you can see in real fucking time. But here you are wanting to argue with me. Wanting to tussle with me. Some of y'all are ass backwards, man. The rich people want your stupid ass in here arguing with me. They can steal more money from you. So you don't have no concern about Elon Musk having access to your personal information, do you? $6 trillion worth of money. You ain't worried or concerned one bit. So they can make up bullshit reasons so they can cut fucking funding to places that we all need. And you have no concern for it. Because you're a fucking idiot. That's why. You're a sheep. You're stupid and you're easy to be manipulated. That's obvious. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be in here arguing with me. I am not your enemy. Never have been. I'm not the reason why you couldn't get that job. The CEO of that company is. He's worried about his bottom line, not you. Just like Trump. Trump finds every reason to grift money and steal money from you stupid fucks, and y'all still find reason to come in here and dick ride Donald Trump. I can't seem to understand this shit to save my life. I can't figure this shit out. Look, that's why I told y'all to get rid of Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. It's like the WWE all over again. They play like they enemies on TV, and then behind closed doors, here they are. Chuck Schumer smiling in the face of the fucking devil. So he can stay in power. Get these old fucking relics the fuck out of the Democratic Party so we can move forward. That's why I'm not a Democrat, nor am I a fucking Republican. Couldn't be neither one of them. That's why I'm neither. There it is, right here in your face. That's the game. Donald Trump is the heel. Chuck Schumer is the baby face. DS3, what's up, family? That's the reason why y'all seeing inaction from the Democrats. Because you got Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer telling them to sit down. That's the reason why you got a cancer patient at the head of the oversight committee when it should have been AOC or Jasmine Crockett. Because they would have affected real change. They would have affected real change. Right there. Get them the fuck out the way. They're in the way. Get all of these donor beholden fucking in the pockets of AI Pack and all these goofballs. Get them the fuck out of here. Get them the fuck out of here. Donald Trump's tariffs will cost up to $1,200 per household. So just so y'all know. Cause MAGA is stupid. They ain't got $1,200. What's up, Terry? Right. Get Trump's hairline for 2029. Will it make it? Nope. He ain't got no hairline now, dog. His hairline is gone. Every time I see MAGA, I think about this. White, proud, with superior blue jeans. That's what I think. Fucking dumbasses. I will, Carpe Diem. I will. Oh, man. I hate getting sick. That's America. There are 3 types of Trump supporters. One that's too arrogant to admit Trump made a mistake. 2, too embarrassed to admit fault. And 3, just fucking dumb. You got to get shit out of the Democratic Party. Susan Collins, Chuck Schumer, John Fetterman. Get these fuckers the fuck away from the Democratic Party now. That was pretty funny. Y'all do know that 95% of the shit you see on Shitter is fucking lies. From fucking Elon stinking ass Musk. Hey, guess what one country Elon Musk ain't got power in no more? Guess. Canada. Stop Starlink and everything. Get them the fuck up out of here. Get them the fuck up out of here. I want to see who this is. The Secretary of Low Energy is Chris Wright. Who is this fucking dumbass? Yeah, you look like a fucking idiot too. Yeah, you look like a fucking dumbass. Unqualified. Yep, unqualified. Ah, no wonder. He's a fucking lobbyist for big oil. Yeah, great. Why does everybody Trump appointed? Why? Why is everybody? Why does everybody Trump appoint have some fucking ties and something disgusting? Oh God. Bro, get the fuck out of here, man. Can't be nice. Just hey, Carpe Diem, we're not gonna have to convince them of shit. They gonna just have to sit there and literally wait till the world burns down around them for them to figure out that Trump don't give a fuck about them. Just like that's like I don't get how the people who went to the Capitol and got through in jail can come out of jail, get pardoned by Trump, and still be Trump supporters. Now to talk about some boxing shit. Shout out to Clarissa Shields for being a 3-division, 4-time undisputed champion of the world. The GOAT. The woman is the baddest woman in boxing ever in the history of everdom. There ain't a boxer, male or female, that's accomplished more than Clarissa Shields has in the time she's been fighting. Her amateur record was 156-1. She avenged that loss and beat the one in which it was an ugly-ass L that she took anyway, went back, avenged that loss, and whooped her real weak ass. And I like Clarissa Shields at heavyweight. She fought last night. Just so y'all know. I'll give y'all something enlightening instead of bombarding y'all with all this bullshit from Trump supporters and stupid fucking MAGAs and all that. They talk about some more enlightening shit. Clarissa Shields whooped the shit out of this girl last night. Whooped her ass from one end of that ring to the other end of the ring. She caught her in the last round with a check hook that was a pull counter that was so mean she didn't even see it coming. Perkins didn't even see it coming. Whop! Her feet she went down like this. She probably saying to herself, damn. I like Clarissa Shields at heavyweight. Just so y'all know. I like Clarissa Shields at heavyweight. It's like she got all her power there. It's like she got all of her power there. All her power is there. That fucking check hook was something mean. It was something mean. She threw that slow ass left out. She threw a left little cross out. Clarissa Shields pull counter. Bah! She looked like that emoji, the drunk emoji that you send people when they say something crazy. Yeah, she caught her ass real cold. And she was bigger than her. She weighed like 190-something pounds. Clarissa Shields barely 180. Size in a fight don't matter. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Period. And Clarissa Shields showed that shit last night. She was the dog the whole fight. When she caught her, I thought she was going to get her ass out of there by like the 6th round. Really, I thought she was. There's some good fights coming. Oh, yeah. And yeah, since I'm on here, I can talk some boxing now. Because I don't want to talk no politics right now. I think I don't overwhelm myself. David Benavidez is every bit of the monster he says he is. And shout out to David Morrell, too. David Morrell, for having 11 fights, really put up a good fight. He had some defense. He had some immaturity issues that he can work with. But, you know, he's still a new fighter. 11 fights, 9 knockouts. Still a good caliber fight, but he gave him a harder fight than Boo Andrade did. Boo Andrade went in there and laid down by the 4th round. He was done. Out of gas, not punching. You can watch the David Benavidez and David Morrell fight on Prime Video. It's there. You can watch the replay now. I watched it again yesterday. Yeah, she rang her bill bad in the early part of the fight. I already knew. I seen the first round. I was like, yeah, Carissa's got this shit in the bag. She got this in the bag. She's faster. She's stronger. She's got more of a boxing IQ. She can move around the ring at will. There ain't nobody that's going to stop her from doing what she want to do. So my question is, who the fuck does Clarissa Shields fight now? Who does she fight now? She's beating everybody. And I mean everybody. She beat everybody. She beat everybody. Everybody. There ain't nobody in boxing right now that can give Clarissa Shields any competition in that ring. That woman is a tactician and she can punch. And now she's at a weight where she can sit down on her punches and she can give you that work. The best female fighter I ever seen in my lifetime. Clarissa Shields got that. She is truly the GOAT. She said she gonna make you respect her. She did what Muhammad Ali said, I'm gonna make you love me. I'm telling you, dog, that whole card, the fight of the night for me was Pitbull Cruz and Fierro. I gotta get this cold. I gotta get rid of this shit. The fight of the night for me was Fierro and Pitbull Cruz. That was the fight of the night for me. When I tell you them boys, by round 6, they said, fuck it. Fuck this damn boxing shit. We finna fight. And they went in there throwing bombs. I'm talking. Boop, 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 boop. That was a fun card to watch. That was a fun card. That was definitely a fun card to watch. Fun card to watch. Fun card to watch. That's a fun card to watch. Oh, the young bull from Cleveland. Carissa caught her ass with that doggone, that pool counter. That motherfucker was mean. You hear me? It was mean. There she is, her and Budrick. Hey, if Fierro's a bum, then Pitbull Cruz is a bum too. That means Tank Davis fought a bum. He went 12 rounds with a bum. Right? Right? If Fierro's a bum, then that makes Tank Davis fighting bums. Oops. Whoops. Sorry. That's why I don't do debates on see, my logic skills is way too cold. Way too cold. Hey, you know what? For a female fighter, Clarissa Shields, she sold out the arena there in Flint, Michigan. That's pretty impressive. 100 seats from being sold out. Over 5,000 people there to see female fight. Look, here comes the lowly hillbilly fuck right here. Clarissa Shields. Boy, I tell you, boy. I tell you. It was like round 3, she had her feet. She had her feet. She called like 4 times with the same overhand right. She called 4 times with the same overhand right. That shit was crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Clarissa Shields went in there and put them hands and feet and everything on old girl. It was cold. That's some cold work right there. But this weekend was a great weekend of boxing, though. Jax, what's up with it? Jake Paul versus Canelo. Sure. Canelo versus Jake Paul. Who believes that one? Who believes that one? Brandon Figueroa is washed. Oh, man, I'm about to get off here. I'm about to play some Call of Duty. I've been on here for 2 hours. 2 hours and 37 minutes. I've been on here for a while. Yeah, Canelo will beat the fuck out of Jake Paul, bro. Beat his ass to sleep. Put Jake Paul ass in there against David Morrell there. Since they think David Morrell is sweet. Put his ass up in there against him. Let's see how that work out. Let's see how that work out. When I tell you, David Morrell showed mad heart. Not only that, he didn't come in there to lay down or nothing. He came in there and put it all on the line. Shit. But Clarissa Shields, whew. Yeah, Jake Paul is a fake ass fighter, man. Oh, I tell your mom I said hey and thank you. Tell her I said hey and thank you. Let's see. I want to see David Morrell and David Benavidez fight again. I just want David Morrell to get a couple more fights in. Yeah, because if he could just get his punch placement right, it would have been straight. Yeah, I'm going to get on him today, Carpe Diem. I'm going to get on him today. Matter of fact, I didn't even think about that. Oh, yeah, and Perkins came in overweight, too. Just so y'all know. Ooh, let's see. Lewis Neary. No. Oh, the Riyadh season card is going to be huge. So y'all know. That's going to be huge. Hey, Shelton, here's what I think about when I think about Tank fans. These are Tank fans right here. These are Tank fans right here. These are Tank fans right here. Trump standing on business. Shut your goofy ass up, maintenance guy. Standing on business. He's standing on your neck, stealing your money. This is what Trump supporters look like to me too. Trump don't do no wrong. Steal my money, daddy. You fucking weirdos. You can't even fight. Well, come find out. You can't even fight. Get your ass knocked out then. Come find out. That's what I think about when I see Tank fans fucking defending Tank's long fucking hair and shit and tattoos. That's what I think about. What's up, Donovan? I was talking to this weird ass troll talking about you can't fight. Okay. I tell you something that can fight. My AR-15, that motherfucker can fight like a motherfucker. One punch knockout. Send your ass straight to the upper room in one punch. And send your ass to the upper room. Tank fans are the biggest glazers and meat riders I've ever seen in my life, dog. For real. For real. For real. Look, David Morrell doesn't have no reason to hang his head for nothing. No reason. No reason. No reason. The fight was good. Fight was good. Hey, did y'all see Izzy get knocked the fuck out? That was funny. That was funny. He got knocked the fuck out. Izzy coon ass got knocked out. That was funny. Oh, I wonder is he gonna tell Joe Rogan he can call him his nigga again? Yeah. Every time he get knocked out from now on, I laugh. Cool boy Steph, Scooter came in there and put one for that cannot be. Sheesh. 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 Oh, Ramos beat the brakes off of Jason Rosario too. Now that's funny. That was funny. That is funny. That's funny. That was funny. That was a good fight weekend though. Great fight weekend. They sweet. They sweet. Tank fans are just weird, bruh. weird. They just thrive in weirdness. I have never seen a whole bunch of men slobber over another man and then claim, man, I just love tank style. Weight draining motherfuckers and okay. Ducking elite fighters and shit. Fighting a whole bunch of flat-footed Mexican bums. All right, cool. Cool. This dude lost every one of his fights except one with Ramos. He lost every one on his parlay. So Teofimo Lopez and Richardson fucking I cut grass Hitchens are fighting. Like I give a fuck. I don't care about that fight. What else is going on in boxing? See, this is why I don't talk boxing no more. That's why I be talking politics. Cause yeah. Sheesh. The LA Lakers just became the Dallas Mavericks. So there's that. What else? I don't want to hear nobody say that David Morrell he sucked or whatever. He did a better job than Boo Boo Andrade. Can someone tell me what this is all about? Well, go back and watch the video because I'm not going over all this stuff again. I already done talked about it. I am already almost 3 hours in, and I'm not going back over what I just talked about. Respectfully. I'm not going back over all that shit. Let's see. What else? Who else fought that's worth talking about? No, fuck Tyson Fury. Forever and ever. The art of being zestified. Oh, yeah. Fuck Tyson Fury. Fuck Tyson Fury. Fuck him. Motherfuck Tyson Fury. May he get knocked out by a bus. That would be great. Who's fighting for Undisputed? On Riyadh season. Who's fighting for Undisputed? I want to see this. That one girl, salute. How are you this fine evening? Evening. Oh, shout out to Kendrick Lamar winning all kinds of Emmys on the neck of doggone Drake goofy Karen ass. Well, Donald Trump's going after the Department of Education now. "15 states who received the most federal funding for schools all voted for Trump. Now they fear he's going to do exactly what he said. Still funding from him. You fucking dumbasses. North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, New Mexico, Alaska, Louisiana, Mississippi. Yep. All y'all voted for Trump. Now all
What
y'all.
kind of poverty are you talking about?
Yep.
With some of these kids.
You're going to.
I would be confident in saying that when they leave on Friday, they may not eat again until Monday.
Every
Kentucky.
year of her 28 years as an educator.
God damn, y'all are stupid. We're worried about if they're gonna eat again. Shut up, dumbasses. Stupid. Y'all are all stupid. You burn down yourself, you set yourself on fire, and you pour gasoline on yourself. Good job, fucking idiots. Good job. Donald Trump is preparing to sign an executive order that would dismantle and eventually close the Department of Education, a key goal of Project 2025. because he wants to keep you fucking monkeys stupid. And y'all are stupid because y'all voted for this dumbass. Education Department employees placed on paid leave as part of Trump's administration DEI purge. Yep, same thing he did at the State Department, same thing he doing at the FAA, same thing he's going to see. Yep. The affected workers include public affairs specialists, civil rights attorneys, program manager analysts, loan regulators, and employees working to ensure schools accommodate special needs children with individualized IEP programs. Yes, Donald Trump is a fucking idiot. Yep. Yep. Well, there you go.
Of Education in Washington,
listen to this stupid fuck.
And sending all education and education work and needs back to the states. We want them to run the education of our children because they'll do a much better job of it. You can't do worse. We spend more money per pupil by 3 times than any other nation, and yet we're absolutely at the bottom. We're one of the worst. See,
it says the orange-faced dumbass. Sheesh. Oh, God. Just so y'all know, Donald Trump cannot get rid of the Department of Education by an executive order. He don't got the power or the means to do so. There's that. Let's just start that first. Because Donald Trump is a fucking idiot. Elon Musk, on the other hand, who has access to the fucking U.S. Treasury, is planning on gutting the fucking Department of Education. That's what he's planning on doing. As if the school system in America are already sucking as it is. Wow. Fucking dumbasses. Fucking monkeys. United States of fucking dumbass. The Divided States of Dumbasses. That's the name of this place now. The Divided States of Dumbasses. Well, we're about to blow this country up. Just wait. We're gonna burn everything down. That's the plan. Burn it down. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah, it has begun. Somebody's already started. There y'all go. I want y'all to read this. Been filed in Washington, D.C. Filed an injunction to get this fucking immigrant and his dirty ass musty fingers out our fucking money. Yep, Carpe Diem, he gonna put the shit back together with duct tape and blow this shit up. That's what he gonna do. Yep, that one girl, facts. Because Donald Trump's a goddamn idiot. So is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not too far behind Donald Trump. He's a fucking idiot too. He's a fucking idiot too. Oh, fucking idiot. Doge. Douche. Douche. I just like seeing these fucking dumbasses. These dumbasses on the internet trying to explain what USAID it does and all this shit. Just funny. Like with no fucking proof, no facts, no nothing. None of that. Oh, guess what? Microsoft just laid off a shit ton of employees. You know, because that's what happens when Trump comes in office. That right there. Just so y'all know. God almighty, boy. This is enough to make somebody, boy. Yes. 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 If there was anybody on this planet that deserve a tombstone plow driver into a wood chipper, Elon Musk and Trump are my number one, number two candidates. So y'all know. Anybody to get a fucking John Bradshaw Layfield clothesline from hell, though, will be Elon Musk. Modge Podge, what's up, family? If anybody deserved to get a John Bradshaw Layfield style clothesline from hell, Trump and Elon Musk standing right beside each other. That would be a wonderful thing to watch. Jesse, what's up, man? That would be great to watch. I would love to watch that. A clothesline from hell straight to Elon Musk. Hey, y'all need a picture of how tariffs work? There you go. This is how tariffs work. Yep, that's what these 4 years are going to feel like. It's going to be a long-ass 4 years. 3 years and 11 months. The zombies, I'm about to play it again. I'm laying out of work tomorrow because I'm sick. John Corlew, what's up, family? If you get me, like heaven. That's pretty. Oh, do 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 do. Yeah, I'll get to feeling better. This is the time of year again, and plus everybody and their mama seems to be getting sick. Plus we don't have a CDC to tell us what's going on any damn way. So, yeah, I don't know how the hell. Why do y'all insist on coming in here being fucking disrespectful, huh, Phoenix? Nigga, you think because you spelled it different it don't mean the same thing, you fucking idiot? Because you people are fucking monkeys. That's why. You're monkeys. Fucking trolls are monkeys. That's what I'll do tomorrow. I'll do taxes tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. Taxes tomorrow. So I'll file everybody's taxes tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do because I'm not going to work. Yeah, I feel like stir-fried shit right now. I just let y'all know that. I feel like stir-fried, unmitigated shit. I feel like somebody done ran over my ass with a bus. Mark Lamont Hill.
You are. America has always known who you are. America has understood what you're capable of, and they will make you think you ain't nothing at the same time that they exploit your gifts. They'll tell you lazy and make you a slave. They'll tell you dirty and have you clean their house. They'll tell you uncivilized, and we raise their children. They know who you are.
Ooh.
But it's time that you listen to who you are. That you understand who you are. And the answer is because America has always known what you are.
I want to hear that again.
America has always known who you are. America has understood what you're capable of, and they will make you think you ain't nothing at the same time that they exploit your gifts. They'll tell you lazy and make you a slave. They'll tell you dirty and have you clean their house. They'll tell you uncivilized, and we raise their children.
Wow. Now that makes sense. They'll tell black folks they're lazy and we work for free. Still wearing masks. Yeah, I need to wear one. Shit, that's why I'm sick now.
These are the world's first AI employees, and it has me.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see.
And he shouldn't have told you nothing. He shouldn't have. If you're not using DeepSeek, he should have asked you a couple of things. He could have asked you if he could beg a few of your partners. Because you had a few of them to beg. Who the hell that birth specifics is? Who are them people? Who are specifics them? Who are birth specifics? Who are birth specifics them? Who are them people else?
Say, soldier, I was going to get my birth specifics a while ago. And a white guy told me.
Birth specific. He said birth specific.
You're falling behind.
Disappear
Disappear from social media and do this instead. Disappear.
That's funny. Oh wow. These are the little fucking virgins that have access to all of our information. Look. A cash boba. Luke Furter. Ethan Sherotran. Gavin Kliger. And Edward Crostein. Who the fuck is this? Why these motherfuckers got access to our fucking information? That's what I want to know. What's up, Jimmy? Who are these little weirdos and why do they got our information? Oh, I want to see this.
The west end of Boston. This was a home to a racially mixed but economically stable Black and immigrant population. It was destroyed in the name of urban renewal. It was replaced with luxury housing, displacing low-income residents.
Hey, just like Manhattan.
And now let's look at Black Bottom. Historically, Black Bottom neighborhood was destroyed under the guise of urban renewal. This area was a home to thriving Black businesses and families. It was raised to make way for freeways, I-75 and I-375, and redevelopment projects, displacing thousands without fair compensation. So Elmwood, this is in Syracuse, New York. This was a vibrant Black community, and it was destroyed to make way for the construction of I-81. Families were forced to leave their homes with inadequate compensation, leaving lasting economic scars. So when you look at the Fillmore District in San Francisco in the 1950s to the 70s, this was once called the Harlem of the West. The Fillmore District was targeted for urban renewal. Over 2,500 Black residents were displaced and hundreds of Black-owned businesses were destroyed. After the white mobs destroyed the prosperous Black Wall Street in Ringwood, Oklahoma, urban renewal policies prevented Black residents from rebuilding. The area was later redeveloped for white-owned businesses. Gaslamp District in St. Petersburg, Florida. This was a historically Black neighborhood, and it was torn down to make a way for Tropicana Field, the home stadium of the Tampa Bay Rays. Residents were displaced and promised benefits for the community, but it was never delivered.
Of course.
District of Durham, North Carolina. This known as prosperous Black neighborhood and a symbol of Black independence. The Haiti district was dismantled for construction of Highway 147.
Yep.
Residents were displaced and the community's economic base was destroyed. The lower district, Hill district, a predominantly Black neighborhood, was destroyed to build the civic arena. Project displaced over 8,000 Black residences and destroyed over 400 businesses.
See?
Then you have the Rondo neighborhood, which in St. Paul, Minnesota, a tight-knit.
These are all Black neighborhoods that were destroyed. Because anytime racists seen Black people prosper, you know what happens after that, dog. This is stuff that I'll be watching when I don't be on here. When I'll be just looking for information.
Bet you didn't know that Gloria Richardson was about that life. Known for one of the coldest photos in the civil rights movement, Gloria didn't play when it came to Black liberation. She saw nonviolence as a good first step, but regularly clashed with MLK and John Lewis about what came next.
Oh, I didn't believe in nonviolence if people were coming shooting into your houses.
She said, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. When Bobby Kennedy proposed that desegregation be put to a local vote in Cambridge, Maryland, her hometown, Gloria instructed the Black community to boycott the vote, saying, quote, a first-class citizen does not beg for their freedom or plead to the white power structure to give them something that whites have no power to give or take away. The Queen has spoken.
I mean, I'm not saying that I was never afraid. I always thought, well, if they get me, those people in Cambridge will get them.
Oh, she a gangster.
Gangster. Miss Gloria Richardson passed away at 99 years old in July of 2021. Rest in peace to a legend.
Yes, rest in peace to the Queen. Yeah, I like her. Yeah, Elon Musk do like him young.
Think about the parallels in the videos I'm about to show you. One is by comedian, actor, and writer Cat Williams.
You probably wonder, why do white people pay so much attention to Black people if they don't like them? I don't pay attention to things I don't like.
Facts.
What's the answer? The liar knows what lie he told.
I'm old too, Carpe Diem.
You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still going to be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer. Black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity.
And the other is by journalist, professor, and activist Dr. Marshall Mount Hill.
That's why these writers kept writing written by himself, written by herself. Phyllis Wheatley, Frederick, because they thought Negroes couldn't read and write. They thought Negroes didn't have the capacity to read and write. And yet they made all the laws to stop us from learning how to do what? Read and write. If we can't read and write, what you trying so hard to stop us for? And the answer is because America has always known what you are. America has always known who you are. America has understood what you're capable of, and they will make you think you ain't nothing at the same time that they exploit your gifts. They'll tell you you lazy and make you a slave. They'll tell you you dirty and have you clean their house. They'll tell you you uncivilized, and we raise their children. They know who you are. But it's time that you listen to who you are. That you understand who you are.
Two different phrasings, same idea. It addresses the lies told by white supremacy culture and how it benefits from the demonization and dehumanization of Black people and Black culture, while at the same time relying on Black humanity and Black culture. Love and liberation to you all, and as always, like and follow for more content.
Yeah, I like him too. Let's see.
Crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like. When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power, that is how dictators are made. What Trump and Elon and all of their cronies are trying to do is take away the constitutional power of Congress. We get to decide. We have the power of the purse. We get to decide where money is allocated, and it's the executive's power to make sure that that money gets to where it needs to get. When we talk about civil servants being let go. What we are talking about is not saving money. It's essentially saying they can get paid while they're home and their work doesn't get done on behalf of the American people. It is us, taxpayers, who are being ripped off. It is us, taxpayers, who are not getting the resources that we paid into. So I ask the American people, do you want people at home and getting a paycheck and not providing services to you? The answer is no. Do you want the executive making the only decisions in this country, or do you want the elected representatives that you sent to
that happened in
Washington
Tennessee.
making those policies?
That shit gonna get kicked back in court. It's unconstitutional.
I am exceptionally upset about U.S. aid.
Yes, Tennessee.
I lived in a refugee camp for 4 years as a child surviving civil war. It is the essential programs that U.S. aid provided that kept my family and I fed and safe. It is the resources that so many people around the world rely on. And it is our soft power. Oftentimes, people interact with our country through the military. That does not create love for us, and it certainly does not keep us safe. When the world interacts with Americans through programs that provide essential need, they get to see the heart and compassion of the American people. When someone is struggling because their bridge broke down, when U.S. aid comes in and helps fix that bridge, that creates goodwill for the American people. When people are dying of malaria and there is medication through U.S. aid, that creates goodwill for the American people. When people are fleeing and they need just a little bit of food and U.S. aid is there to provide that, that creates goodwill for the American people.
Hey, you know what's so funny about these fake wannabe Christians? They always come here, ooh, we're wasting money on this, we're wasting money on this. Shut your stupid ass up. The Bible says, due to the least of these. Yeah.
Stop using ChatGPT to cheat on your essay.
I don't like y'all. I really don't like you. I don't. Anyways, I'm gonna play some zombies. Also, yeah. I don't have time to be sitting here cussing out more trolls to come in here and run their mouth and talk like they know what they talking about when they voted for a fucking con man. So that's what happened. They voted for a con man, and they're okay being con. They're all right being con. They're okay. Anyways, y'all have a good one. I'm about to play some Trump. Our taxes are raked. You can't even spell for other people's problems. Trump, a leader, a businessman. Hey, Justin, I got a question for you. Name one successful Trump business. And he ain't been shot for shit. Where's the bullet? Remember, Justin, before you answer that question, you're talking to a two-time combat veteran. Donald Trump was never shot. It was a fucking farce to fool your stupid ass. Because you're a sheep and you're easy to be manipulated. Because you don't have no common sense at all. Name one business that Donald Trump started that was successful. Name one. You said he was a businessman. You have to have a successful businessman. You have to have a successful business to be a businessman, right? Name one successful business he done that he ain't scammed and conned people. The only successful business I know of is fooling your stupid ass. That's the only one that I know of. Because your dumb ass is going to dump your whole Social Security check to fund his lifestyle. Because you're a fucking idiot. Then complain about not having any money. Because y'all are fucking stupid. Yeah, y'all are fucking stupid. Tell me again how a billionaire is going to make your life better, Justin. Name me one executive order this fucking moron done wrote so far that made the price of eggs go down. As far as I can tell, everything done went up. I just went to the grocery store today and spent $80 on like 9 pieces of groceries. Just went to the grocery store today. So we vote for the old India girl. Would be a good call? Yep, sure would have. She's way smarter than that dumbass. Way smarter than that fucking moron. I guarantee you this. See, I told you. Told you. Why? Because she got common sense. How many planes crashed under Joe Biden? How and why? Because 1, she's smarter. 2, she has a soul. 3, she's not a fucking professional grifter who likes stealing. 4, she's not a fucking felon. 5, she's not a felon that's been convicted of fraud. 6, she ain't trying to overthrow the government. Yeah, and then lie to you and get motherfuckers killed. And then get 1,500 people thrown in jail to pardon them. And them to go right back to jail again. Yeah. You're smart. You're a smart little cookie, huh, Justin? Smart. Y'all are fucking stupid, boy. Stupid. Stupid. Yes, 11 crashes so far. I already seen them. You sitting in that seat. You can't even spell lying right. Yeah, you're one of those fucking high school dropout dumbasses that Trump loves. Because he can manipulate your dumbass with anything. You the one lying to the people. Unlike your dumbass, I provide evidence on everything that I say. I provide evidence. Yep, there was one down in Texas. I talked about it earlier. Dude can't even spell L-I-E-I-N-G. Says that goes to show me I don't need to be talking to you. You too stupid. I'm not going to lower my brain cells for a fucking moron caveman. Let me guess, you think DEI is bad. Huh? You are lying. What I lie about, Justin? Name one lie I lied about, buddy. That Trump's a fucking moron. That he has 34 felonies on his ass. That he got convicted for fraud for sleeping with a porn star on his other porn star wife. After she had a baby. Yeah, then lied about it. Didn't pay to have it covered up. But talked about Hillary's emails the whole fucking time. Yeah. You're a smart one, Justin. You can't even spell lying right, big dog. You got other problems to be worrying about. You need to get on Rosetta Stone, hooked on phonics, something. You need to learn how to write first before you talk to me. You are not in the same fucking brainwave as me. I am fucking levels above you. I am fucking skyscrapers above you. You don't have the knowledge to compete with me, dog. You're a DEI hire. In Trump's terms. You can't name one thing I lied about. Name one thing I lied about, dog. I was about to get off, but shit, this shit fun to me. What did I lie about, big dog? Trump doesn't support DEI. I know why. Because he's scared black people are smarter than him. And he knows they are. Because black women lead college graduates. Black people beat their ass in everything that we in. They're afraid of equity because they're afraid that we're going to do to them what they've done for generations, which is scam, rape, kill, and pillage everything that they touch. And steal it and call it their own. Yeah. Go right on ahead. You can sit there and keep telling people, telling these people BS. And you ain't named one thing that I said that was BS. Name it. Name it. Name it. Show me where I'm lying at. Who statistically are the highest college graduates in the United States right now? Look, what I tell y'all about this fake reverse racism shit. Told y'all. Reverse racism is equality. So I'm not a reverse racist. I am a reverse racist. I want equality. But you don't. You said I lied. I was lying to these people. Name one thing I lied about. Name one. As a black man, I would love to debate you respectfully. I voted for Trump. You're a fucking idiot. Just told me you were a coon sellout, that you don't value other people's lives and you're selfish. You're self-centered. Because you think Donald Trump is going to do good by those that are least fortunate than you are. You don't give a fuck about nobody that's least fortunate than you do. I'm not like you. I know I'm doing good in society. I'm doing pretty well. But I have compassion for people who are doing less fortunate than I am. That's the reason why I'm sitting in this chair, and that's the reason why I keep educating people. But you're a fucking idiot, and a sellout, and a coon, and a buck dancer, and all that. That's what you are. My best friend is black. Sure, buddy. That don't make you racist because you got one token nigga to bring up into the fucking chat. You're a fucking clown. You're a fucking clown. I got one black friend. I got one black friend. You know, they had whole fucking breeding farms and they was sleeping with slaves and still whooped their ass and hung them. Boy, y'all some wild people, boy. That's some wild work right there, buddy. Come in here and tell a black man I got one black friend. Cool, buddy. Nice story, bro. Don't you got a sister to go fuck? Shit. Jesse, that's the point, bro. That's you know what's funny? What's sad is white people in other countries can see exactly what this shit is. But it's like white people in America are stuck in this dumbass trance where racism, like when black people talk and speak out about racism, all of a sudden they become the racist. I have a question for all those in the chat who say black people like myself are racist. Name one thing or one policy that affects your life created by a black person. Don't worry. Name one way black people have adversely affected your livelihood and the way you can live your life in America. Name one. Just one. I don't need a billion of them. Because I can name a billion other fucking things that white people did to disenfranchise, marginalize, discriminate, murder, kill, and get away with it. I literally just showed you a video of 9 men and boys who were murdered and their cases were never solved. Or the people were caught and they were never prosecuted. This is America. Shelton in here somewhere, Jesse. Shelton in here somewhere. I'm surprised he ain't smacked the troll yet. That shit crazy. It's crazy how y'all can come in here and try to shoot out your fucking bullshit and call me a racist for exposing what America is and what it always has been, a racist fucking nation that uses DEI practices, their version of DEI, to put unqualified, mediocre white men in positions they don't belong in, while ignoring overly qualified black and brown people who should be more than qualified to be in those positions, and then get mad when they do those positions better than them. That's why they were mad at Barack Obama. I want to hear this.
From my house in the middle of Appalachia. I don't give a shit how many immigrants come here. I don't care how many immigrants come to the United States seeking a better life. One side of my family came here 5 generations ago, hopped on a boat, floated across the ocean, and ended up in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. The other side of my family came here about 3 generations ago, hopped on a boat from Ireland, and came over here searching for a better life. They gave me nothing but generational trauma and addiction issues, okay? I don't care if they come here. My issue is not with them coming here and opening up a Mexican restaurant so that they can feed people in my little town something other than damn McDonald's for dinner. I don't care how many of them come here. Because you know what? They look at this region and they still see hope, where so many people in our own country see nothing but despair. They see a way, they see hope, and a place to build a future, and they are not my enemy. Well, Danielle, what about the criminals that's bringing all the drugs? Please do yourself a favor, go down the road and buy a local newspaper, open it up and read the local arrest reports. I guarantee you, you won't find a single Mexican in it. It's all your cousins that's been selling meth. That's who's in it.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
What jobs? What jobs are they stealing? Because last time I checked, everybody bitches about the fact that there ain't no jobs around here. That's why your cousin sells meth. Okay? Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I say this with the deepest of sincerity, way deep down in my bones, from my house in the middle of Appalachia.
I love country people. They're so funny. Down in the deep of my bone. Like I told y'all, I have no problem with immigrations and immigrants. I don't. They don't bother my livelihood whatsoever. They don't bother me at all. If anything, they help me feed my family. Oops. Her cousin down the street selling meth. That's funny. That is funny. Let's see what this will say.
How is the guy demonizing immigrants the guy you'll support when you know my kids and you know their mom? Even if it's just me. You're a single issue voter, right? You know me personally. You know what him becoming the president does to my reality. And that's still a decision that you're willing to make. And I'm supposed to still be your friend. So how is the guy chanting build that wall? How is the guy promoting mass deportation? How is the guy demonizing immigrants the guy you'll support when you know my kids and you know their mom?
See, that's the thing. That's why I can't fuck with you if you're a Trump supporter. I can't. That means you ignored the fact that people you ignored the fact that this man was going to cause harm. You ignored the fact Damn. Y'all check this out. Janelle Monáe called Nelly out to his face. Yo, she dissed him to his face. That's the kind of energy that I love. I love that kind of energy. I used to like Nelly till he went performing for Donald Trump, a fucking Nazi. When she said that, that was it for me. That was it. That was it for me. That's it. She won. That she won. She won. Mm-hmm. 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 And before I go, this. Hitler blamed everything wrong in German society on Jewish people. It was an effort to desensitize the majority to the persecution of the minorities. He was inspired by America's Jim Crow system of segregation and discrimination. This is an old playbook, the same one Donald Trump is using right now. No, Piff, I don't fuck with nobody that vote with that nigga. I don't care. I do not care. Don't let me find out you voted for him, and I'll stop fucking with you instantaneously, for real. For real. I will stop fucking with you for real. For real. God, every time I see this shit, it's just, Hey, did y'all know that a Democrat in Iowa flipped the Senate seat that Trump won by 21 points? Okay, it's beginning. It's beginning. Yeah, let me get off here. Yep. Hey, I don't care. I'm gonna tell y'all something for real. If you got somebody that is willing to vote for somebody like Trump, they're willing to look you and your daughters in the face and tell them they don't have autonomy over their body. If they could be sexually accosted and have to carry a raper's baby full term, they're willing to look you in your face and tell you that you don't deserve to have your civil rights as a black person in America. They're willing to look at birthright citizens in this country and tell them they don't have no rights here. You're willing to give tax breaks to people who have more money than they could ever spend in 10 lifetimes. You're giving somebody who's a sexual assaulter, a grifter, a liar, a fraudster, a felon, a 2-time impeached piece of shit, a 5-time draft dodger to a fucking 2-time combat veteran. That shit don't wash well with me. So yeah. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. You can forget I know you. Shit, I seen it happen in real time. My wife cut off a good friend of hers. They were friends for a long time. Cut up, bitch. Get your ass some fuck on up out of here. We'll see you. Best friend. Cut her ass off. We see your motherfucking ass over there. Bye. Do this shit in real life. We do this shit in real life. Hear me good. We do this shit and we do it in real life. I don't just get on these videos and just talk it just to be pushing a narrative. I do this shit in real life. You fuck with Trump, you don't fuck with me. It speaks to the content of your character when you vote for an atrocious, soulless pile of shit like Donald Trump. It echoes that you support bullshit like that. Which is fine. You can support your bullshit the fuck over there away from me. I have compassion for people. I have a heart. I have a soul. I have empathy. I have sympathy. And I would do to the least of these because I know everybody ain't in my financial situation. What part about being a decent human being do people not understand? And these are the same people that go around here yelling out Jesus this, Jesus that, and are the biggest fucking hypocrites I've ever seen in my life. None of these people live by the scriptures. None of them. None of them. I'm a son of a preacher. I know the Bible. And I know one of the biggest things in the Bible that stick out to me is you can tell a tree by the fruit that it bears. So, anyways, y'all take that home with you. Believe that. If somebody, your family member, oh man, I voted for Trump because he gonna take care of the economy. Get the fuck away from me. Get far away from me. Stay the fuck away from me. You're not who I thought you were. If you can double cross me in the polls, you can double cross me somewhere else. You know what's funny to me? A whole bunch of people who claim to be Bible-toting Christians missed the part about the content of someone's character being a defining reason to know which is somebody's not trustworthy. Just like the serpent in the tree. It told Eve to eat of the apple from the tree of the tree of knowledge, right? Right? Jesus was tempted 3 times on the Mount of Gethsemane by the devil himself. And all 3 times, Jesus resisted. Satan offered Jesus the world. God turned him down. Satan offered MAGA the world. And they said an emphatic yes. Make America great again. Let that sink into your head. The next time you want to tell me to have compassion for these fucking mutts who voted against themselves. Let them continue to be fucking stupid. I'm going to keep reporting on it. Right. Send us 6.5 days out of the year, out of the week, and a Christian 2 hours. And get out my face. What these people fail to understand that Christianity and following Christ is not just reading your Bible. It's living a lifestyle. It's something people see on you. You don't have to go and proclaim you a Christian every time somebody sees you. They should see Christian on you. They should see Christ in you. A light in a dark world. You will stand out. Trust me. It's like the LDBC. We know when somebody's a fuck nigga and somebody's actually too legit to quit. We know. They stand out like a sore thumb. You can tell who don't belong here. You can tell who's here to grift. You can tell who's here to siphon off subscribers so they can build a platform, so they can turn around and then say, hey, fuck the LDBC. They ain't never done nothing for me. Those are the type of people. I've seen it in real life. You can always tell. You ain't supportive of nobody. You do your little funky ass videos, throwing slick shots at the LDBC. Same thing with Christians. These fake ass Christians, you can tell the real one from the fake. The real ones was Bishop Budd when she stood in front of Trump and told him to have compassion for those immigrants. And this fucker said she was boring. That right there told me everything I need to know about Trump tards. They don't follow Christ. Donald Trump is their Christ. Donald Trump is their Antichrist. Donald Trump is their God. And what does the Bible say about having false gods? Thou shalt not have no other gods before me. And thou shalt not worship any graven images. Right. Last time I checked, there ain't a scripture in the Bible that says Christianity is the Christianity of the world from the United States. It don't say nowhere anywhere. The word of God is about the word of God, because the first chapter in Genesis, and the first verse in Genesis, it said, in the beginning was the word, and the word was God, and the word was with God. What part of that says in the beginning the world was with Trump and the word was Trump? What does it say that shit at? Tell me. Show me in the Bible where it says scare the hell out of immigrants because they're different from you, and lie on them and say they're violent when you're the violent ones. When you can look at statistics and you can see that white men are the most violent people in America. When you can look through history and see mobs of white men hanging black bodies from trees and standing around with smiles on their faces. This is Black History Month. I'm reminded of the Devil's Punch Bowl. I'm reminded of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm reminded of Elaine, Arkansas. I'm reminded of Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm reminded of Rosewood, Florida. I'm reminded of Bloody Sunday. And I'm reminded of the Red Summer. I'm reminded of Orangeburg, South Carolina, 1968. I'm reminded every time I look through history, I see you being violent. And I see you being violent for one reason and one reason only, because you're evil and you're a fucking bunch of demons. For you to persecute a group of people simply because of the color of their skin and then build a whole framework of a country around that bullshit lie speaks volumes of the type of devils you are. Never in history have you seen Black Americans go out and persecute white people simply for being white. You've never seen it in history, and you will never see it. There's fucking years, decades, centuries of white people doing it to us. Now you tell me, who's the evil one now? Who's the God-fearing Christians now? Never once show me somewhere in the Bible where Jesus legislated Christianity. Show me where. You can't force nobody to have a relationship with God. Romans 10:9 said you have to have a sincere confession to believe in your heart that Jesus died for you and rose for you. It's a sincere confession. And you have a sincere relationship. I've never been in a relationship with a woman that wasn't sincere. I wouldn't build with my wife if it wasn't sincere. This shit wouldn't last long. How could you build a 15, almost 16-year marriage on something that wasn't built on the basis of being sincere? Tell me that. I've been with my wife 18 years. 18 years I've been with this woman. And you mean to tell me we didn't build our relationship on some sincerity? Sincerity means you're earnest and you're honest with yourself. You know you have flaws and you know you have fallacies, but you're willing to work with them together, work through them together so you can build something meaningful. And me and my wife built something pretty meaningful. We got kids that show the fruits of our labor and what we put into this. Has it been great days all the time? No, the fuck it hadn't. You show me a couple that hadn't had no rainy days, and I'll tell you you're a fucking liar. How the fuck do you sit here and try to justify your bullshit and your racism with trying to use God to demonize people to believe what you believe, when Jesus never done it himself? Jesus said, follow me and I'll make you fishermen of men. He didn't say you better follow me now or else. He never said that. He said, follow me and I'll make you fishermen. It was a suggestion. Follow me. I'll make you fishermen of men. That's what he said. So now y'all are getting preached to by somebody who's not the most sanctified in the bunch. But I know more God than you do. I show more God than you do. Because I use my platform to build up those ones being torn down who are less fortunate than I am. Because I've been blessed to be in the position that I am and have the financial security that I have, that I've grown to. And I'm nothing but grateful for God providing a way for me to provide for my family. Just to make life better for us so we don't know struggle. It's a shame that we live in a country that tries to put a person up on the same level of Jesus Christ, who is the most demonic piece of shit I've ever seen in my entire life of living on this planet. It's a damn shame. And I used to hear all these speeches of, we need to bring prayer back in schools. We need to do this. No, you don't. Y'all need to find the real God first. That's the problem in America. One nation under God. That's who y'all really need to find. Because the real God ain't been here in years, decades, centuries. His grace and his mercy is the reason why America is still standing now. Let that sink in. Because at any given moment, we could become Gaza. Let that sink in your head. We got a long way to go. And we got to keep fighting before we have nothing left to fight. Because this fucking orange dumbass who ain't got long left on this earth don't give a fucking is crashing out. Who's going to be left to pick up the pieces of the shit he fucks up in the next 4 years? We are. My generation. We're going to have to fix what he fucked up. So let these dumbasses keep coming in here, talking and running their mouth. And like I said, I have more God in me than they show everybody, every day, which is sad. Yep, Manifest Destiny was the start of the perversion. Slavery was the edification of it. Now MAGA is the antithesis of the ending of racism in America. And I do believe this time, racism will finally be addressed in this country. But we have to be patient. But we have to keep fighting. That's why I can't quit. Even though I want to. Can't quit. Can't lay down and can't stop. Like Puff Daddy says, can't stop, won't stop. Because they haven't stopped. Project 2025, it didn't just happen yesterday. This is 50 years in the making that they've been trying to put a fascist in office in the name of white supremacy and white Christian nationalism. This is what they've been drooling for. This is why there's a Citizens United. That's why there's a Tea Party. That's why there's a Heritage Foundation. That's why there's a Charlie Kirk and a Candace Owens. That's why That's why it's a Brandon Tatum. That's why it's all these fucking morons and coons, buck dancers and sambos all in this country. God sees the potential here. Some of us like me, I see the potential here. I know what would happen if racism died tomorrow. America would finally, in over 250 years, finally live up to what it said it stood for. And that day will be a glorious day. Until then, we got this bullshit to handle. And we got to fight. We've got to fight. Did you know if we eradicated racism in America, that would make the world a better place to live in? That's it. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Shout out to everybody who donated to the channel. Smash the like button. I appreciate every donation here. That's what keeps this channel running. Your love is a reverberation of what I send to the universe. And that shows me that I'm doing something good. Keep doing it. It encouraged me to keep going. Anyways, y'all be smooth. I'm going to play some Call of Duty. And y'all have a good night. Or at least try to. All right? We got some fighting to do. I'll be live tomorrow because I'm taking tomorrow off. Because I got to recover from this damn flu. Anyways, y'all have a good night, all right? Peace and salute. Remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do that defines who you are. Move accordingly.